Tom Brady deal with me like I'm a kid.
But this part with Brady threw me off.
I'm not smashing this girl. I don't know his girl.
And it's his wife, and you put salt all over it.
As a receiver, I gotta be ruthless, aggressive, and decisive, but calm. I'm a genuine guy, man. I operate out of love. You know, Kanye West, my brother, my family. You know, I support him. You know, some things they be taken out of text. I'm a black rock star, man. I don't explain relationship.
Brother,
like, you sound like a girl.
You sound like a girl not answering questions.
When you just introduce me as a commodity, how long you gonna keep poking the bear?
Well, I can sit for 50 minutes mute. We can finish the interview right now. We don't have
whatever
to
we gotta
continue.
do, bro. You don't know. Be quiet. You an idiot, bro.
Let me tell you, man. I learned so much about you today. It's not even funny. So I want to prepare you for this and manage expectation with this interview. This will be the most awkward interview. Top two, maybe with John McAfee. It's an awkward start. You're gonna be sitting there saying, "What is going on here?" And you'll feel it, right? It's going to take 30 seconds for you to feel it. 1 minute for you to know what's going on. It's intense. And it's going to be like that for the good 30 minutes, 45 minutes. But if you don't watch the last hour and you see what happens to the interview, you fully are going to miss out. So my suggestion to you is, if you're going to watch this, watch the whole thing and don't judge the interview by the first 45 minutes, because the last hour will surprise you. Having said that, enjoy the interview with the one and only Antonio Brown. All right, so we got a special guest here for you, the one and only Antonio Brown, AB. If you don't know who he is, let me give you some stats for those few of you who don't know who he is. 7-time Pro Bowler, career touchdowns, 88 of them. He became the first NFL player in the history to have 1,000 receiving yards and returning yards in the same season. It was his second season when he did it. He loves Pilates. He loves swimming. His motto is chest up, eyes up, pray up. He was drafted 6th round, number 195. Brady was 199. Played for a handful of teams. Did great for himself in the NFL. Had a $68 million contract, 5 years with the Steelers. Signed another one for 3 years, I believe, with the Raiders for $50 million, 3 years. Done a lot. Has got a big hit right now. The hit song, I think, is called Put That Shit On. You hear it everywhere. NFL players are dancing to it. Josh Allen is dancing to it. I saw Cardi B even dancing to it.
I saw LeBron and Draymond Green
a lot of
dancing
people.
to it.
But there's also a lot of other stories to talk about. You're still the president of Donda. You have very good relationship with Kanye. There's a lot of other things that's going on that we want to get into. But with that being said, it's great to have you on. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
How you feeling?
I feel really good, man. I feel like the intro was good, but it was like, you know, you told people what I did and not really who I was. You know, you introduced me as, yo, we got Antonio Brown. You know, you talk about all the things I accomplished, but it wasn't like who I was. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just like, you know, the point of reference of right now, you know, it's like, I'm not looked at upon as a human. You know, you just introduced me Antonio Brown, a human being, a father, you know, a guy who persevered from the street of Liberty City to, you know, the real things. You know, you just listed off like what I did, you know, as far as who I am, you know, it's a different. So, you know, in life, you know, when you treat people as, you know, not a person and just, you know, it can't be just, you know, people of my kind just got value for what they do. And we become who we are based on what we do. And that's how we get accepted in this world, on what we do when we are just, you know, human beings. So I'm not just Antonio Brown, the guy who had success in the NFL or a guy who did all these accomplishments. You know, I'm a person, first off. I'm a father. I'm a man of God. You know, I got responsibilities. I got principles, the same as you or the same as anyone else. So, you know, let's get this clear before you introduce me as a guy who was used for entertainment for other ones' clout or their pockets. Let's be clear that I'm a person first and foremost, you know?
Yeah, so that's great you're saying that. I guess that's the whole thing where we're going to learn more about who you really are. Those are some of the stats. We don't know each other. This is the first time we're spending time with each other. Maybe take a moment and share with them. Today, this morning, when I was training with my guy who went to high school here, and he said, you know, I said, if you asked Antonio Brown any question, what would it be? He says, Pat, I want you to turn on videos from Liberty City.
Yeah.
And so we did. We turned on videos from Liberty City, what it's like. He says, now look how many people can get out of Liberty City.
Exactly.
He's one kid that was able to get out of Liberty City and get to where he got. It's not an easy thing to do. So the stories of what people who tell me of where you came out of, it's one of the best stories of a guy like you that came out to be where you are today. and we celebrate your accolades. That's what the people who don't know you know you. But why don't you take a minute and share with the audience who you really are before we get into some of the questions here?
Well, I don't know if I could just, sum up who I'm really is. It's a lot of, scrutiny. It's a lot of distraction. It's a lot of, monetization. It's a lot of saturated. There's a lot of things that's being done or said on my behalf, so it could have a lot of clarity. So, it's hard for me to, sum up who I am, but hopefully my actions over the course of my time, details what I do, because a lot of things I do get overlooked. Obviously I was a football player, one of the top football players that was able to walk off the field and start another career. No one's doing that or having the opportunity to do that. And, the same thing the NFL talk about with CTE, that's the same thing they cover up from the protections of players that doctors experience. That's the same thing they call you crazy that you got, You know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, exactly what I said. The same thing that the NFL guys know that guys are dying for. I didn't walk off the field. I walked off the field because I don't want CTE. You guys know what CTE is, right?
Of course we do.
So what is it?
So you walked up.
No, I'm asking you. Do you understand what CTE is?
I mean, as a doctor, no, but as what you read about and what you see happens to players,
exactly.
Junior Seau.
So a lot of guys
McMahon,
that you know that died, but
sure.
you still say like you don't know. So it's guys out there playing football with repercussions to get CTE as they cover it up. But then when I'm acting irrational or of not understanding of what you may not or someone else may not understand, then I have CTE, right? Because that mean I'm labeled crazy.
Well, the whole thing with CTE is you can't find it out while you're alive.
I know,
right? They
but
have
been
to
a lot of
diagnose
guys,
your brain.
No,
right?
but a lot of guys died though, sir. So you understand that you got to educate guys. They're signing up to ruin their lives. In the same time, when guys don't conform or do what I do, to be able to walk off the field and start another career or to go another direction, because the whole thing about the world is they want you to shut up and play basketball. They don't want you to do other things. They want you to be where you at and what you're doing in the time what you're doing.
You don't think in today's society they don't let you do what you want to talk about?
How could I maximize my potential as an Afro male when you just introduced me as a commodity? I'm only known to you or anyone else based on what I do.
Because we've never broken bread, though. I don't know who you are.
You know who I am. That's why you got me here.
But I know you based on your stats and based on your accolades and what you've done. You and I have never broken bread before.
Listen, but it ain't about breaking bread, sir. You can't know a person just by what they do. What you do and who you are is two different things.
That's why we're doing this, though. Yeah. We want to get to know you.
That's what I'm telling you. But you can't get to know. I mean, I'm gonna try to get to know you.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in
you just got questions. You just got questions that help your spot. You don't try to get to know me.
But I think what's important is you're not here to get to know me. You didn't invite me.
I came to get to know you. No, but you didn't introduce me in the right way. You introduced me as a wrestler. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like you introducing a wrestler coming to a gladiator.
You ever seen a UFC fight? You ever seen a UFC fight?
Of course, bro. I'm in America.
Okay, so how do they introduce him? Do they say this guy's got 3 kids?
I mean,
he's
as
done
a
this,
podcast, that ain't who I am. That's what I have. So
okay.
You ain't understanding how to treat me as a normal human being.
Right.
Well, listen,
you know what I'm saying?
We're going to do this for a few hours. All good. But, AB, you must admit, if you were a marginal player, never made it big time in the NFL, you were 5th on the depth chart, bro, you wouldn't be even on a podcast.
No, but
you feel me?
But even the guys not even in my position, every guy at Afro male go through this on some type of level. You know what I mean? So don't just act like it just you only know me because, man, I'm here today not to talk about like what I do that's well. You guys got questions for what you think that's wrong because you guys don't understand. I'm here to just educate you guys.
Afro male. So you think everybody who's an Afro male goes?
I'm African American, not an Afro male, like African American.
You said I'm just repeating what you said. I'm from Iran.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a guy that was born and raised in Iran. I'm not a guy that was.
I'm not saying that you're non-personal. I'm just letting you know as a common human decency of a human.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
But for me, it's also do you think America's still a country where a guy like you out of nowhere can come out and have a big life?
Of course, I think you could create any life you want, but it's a cap on it. My people is just getting capped out. Like you said, you only introduced me as a guy who did well in sports. I mean, that's all you know. I mean, that's all we could possibly be, right? Like, what else? I mean,
But that's not true. He did say that you have a hit song right now. You are transitioning to music.
But he mentioned that like one line. He got one. I got a hit album. I got the most features that a guy in a freshman album could ever get. You know, a football player walking off the field that they said it was crazy and had CTE. I walked off because I didn't want CTE. Now everyone said I was crazy in January. They dancing like me, and you see what I'm saying? But why do we gotta be traumatized on, you know, or poke that?
Traumatized on what?
On everything. I mean, you said you knew how I grew up.
I don't know how you grew up.
You
I'm
just
telling
said
you.
you heard a story from your guy.
I said I don't know how you grew up. I'm telling you what my
just
trainer
told
said
me.
this morning to me.
Okay, he gave
Yeah.
you an ideal of it. So
Of
you
Liberty
paint a
City. I
picture.
get it. Yeah,
You
totally.
don't get it. He just told you a scenario so you could try to get it. He
But
trying to
the-
educate you.
but
It's not
the-
a bad thing, man. It's
the-
not a
the
personal
only
thing.
way I
This
can-
a podcast.
it-
we're
good.
We're advocating. We're
Right.
advocating, man.
By the way,
I'm
AB
here out of respect. We're here to kumbaya to get to know.
Adam,
You know
if
what
I
I mean?
may, very simple, guys. I'm going to simplify this because we're complicating this. You're here because I'm interested in you.
No,
So-
I'm not
so-
saying you're not. I'm saying we're here to understand each other and,
Sure.
and get on the same page. It's
Okay,
not
cool.
personal.
So let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. So,
Yeah.
you said some things about CT. So let's talk about that. You know, and we got a lot of topics. We got plenty of time, but a lot of people talk about that wild card game with Cincinnati Bengals. You remember the game where you got hit
course.
and everybody's seen that clip. It's uncomfortable to watch that clip. It's not easy for me to. I watched it earlier today.
Vontez
And,
Burfict.
yeah, we
right?
can't forget
But
that.
that's what
scene.
I'm saying. Like you guys pick a point in the career that you guys think you could focus on a target or try to say that I'm. So you trying to say I'm diagnosed with CTE from a hit? Like I don't.
People are saying that.
No,
I know.
for
So I'm
sure.
saying. So people were saying I have CTE, but this is the same thing that killing players. We have players that recently just died from this issue. You know what I'm saying? That's what I just told you before we started.
Sure.
The same thing I walked off the field for that I didn't want to get CTE. It's the same thing they put on me to say I got CTE to crazy. You see what I'm saying?
So you're saying so the criticism.
Yeah, like, you feel me?
The criticism you're saying is that
Criticism
people
come with achievement. I don't mind criticism.
Sure.
What I do, I got the highest criticism. I'm
Okay.
a football player. When
Right.
you finish the game, commentators talk about it, families talk about it, they go home and watch it. It's on everyone. They gamble on it. They play. It's the biggest in the world. It's on every day of the TV, right?
But just to be fair, you're saying you're the same person you were before that hit and after the hit. So you didn't
That's
feel
what I'm saying.
any differences.
No, this is
with
what I'm
you.
telling you, sir. I just played football and won a Super Bowl. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. You guys get uncomfortable because you don't understand or you try to marginalize. Then you try to take me back to a moment that you think got me acting this way. Like, you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
Marginalize.
Yeah, you just picked. I got so many big moments
No,
in my
because
career. I won the Super Bowl.
Right.
The best player that you guys call the GOAT called me to come help him win the Super Bowl. I'm the
Sure.
#1 receiver in the Steelers history.
Yeah, we
So
know that.
no, you don't know that because if you know that,
I just
why
said
would
you were
you take me
7-time
back?
Pro Bowler.
Yeah, but that don't matter, sir. That's just the stats you read on Google.
But you just said yourself you're the best receiver that Brady called you. You're going back to
Exactly.
football.
Yeah, because you just went back to a moment in my football
I only did
career
because
that you
you brought
said
it
it
up.
got a hit.
No, I
I brought up CTE. So your point was I got hit in the point and maybe I got it.
Well, because
it's
that's-
players that's died that got it, and you
Sure.
taking me to the point that actually
Sure.
do I got an issue that kill people when the league kill people?
because
you see?
when you
These guys
pull up
crazy.
when you pull up the stats on when you pull up
So what you saying? Every football player is signing up to get CTE, right? And if they don't
No.
perform to want to play or they don't act like you think they should act, you gonna go back to a moment when they got hit to say you got CTE because you're crazy.
No, I will say it's
That's what I'm saying. So it's like my people.
I was
No
in
matter
the
what we do,
military.
we damned if we do this,
Yeah.
we do this. It's not.
Well-
I respect the military. This not about the military, sir. This is about you and me having a positive conversation
And that's the idea.
amongst CTE. So I gave you a scenario saying, yo, if a player's signing up to get CTE and I
Mm-hmm.
walked off the field because I didn't want CTE, and you go back to the moment where you think I got hit and may have CTE. You see what I'm saying?
I'm asking you a
You know what I'm
question
saying?
for you to give your position. It's very simple
not asking
because
me a question.
when I joined the military, I had
It's
a
not
risk.
the military. This football.
I'm giving you my situation. If you want to know you said you want to learn about me as well. So I'll tell you a little bit here. When I joined the military, there was a risk. And the risk
But
was
this ain't the military though, sir. This is a football. This is a
military, you get killed. In football, you could get hurt, and people get killed due to CTE. So I'm asking if there was in your career, if you look at injuries, what we can see.
We don't look at injuries in the career. We look at highlights, moments,
I shared that earlier.
winnings, earnings.
I shared all of that. I shared all of that
You
earlier.
didn't share none of it, man. You just said I got hit and by a guy that you thought everybody get hit. It's football, bro. Just like the Army.
So in other words, it didn't do anything for you. You were the same before as
I
you were
got
afterward.
CTE. That's what you guys gonna say because I'm not
I'm not a
conforming
doctor.
to you.
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna say you got a
conforming to you.
CTE.
To be fair,
I don't care what you guys say what I got. You know, you guys gonna say what I got anyway. You just say what I got. You took me back to a moment of a hit that you thought that may give me CT. I'm a football player. I took millions of hits, sir. Millions of hits. But that's the only moment you seem to focus on because you want to irrationalize my being.
But that's the only game.
You
where
irrationalizing my being, man. I am a superhero. I made it from Liberty City.
Sure.
I'm an example. I am delight. I am hope. I am motivation. When I walk out here, people get excited. You know, it's not about what you write or what you think or what you say because you don't understand. You're not from where I'm from. You don't view the world how I view it. You don't go through what I go through. You don't get the same opportunities I get. You don't get compressed the same way I get compressed. You don't get hated upon and written upon and ridiculed or criticized or made a fool out of. You see what I'm saying? You keep poking the bear, then the bear poke back, then I'm crazy, right? So you saying if I play football, I'm going to die of CTE, but if I don't play football, I got CTE because I act in a rational way that people may not understand.
You're saying that. We're not saying that. Nobody
I just
here
was
said
talking
that.
to you for 5 or 10 minutes. You took me back to a highlight of my career when I got hit.
Because you brought
I got
up
many
CTE.
highlights. I
Yeah.
got a score in the touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Sure. Beautiful play. And we
AB.
saw it. I saw it live.
AB, let's
I
get.
thought
know
it
what
was
I'm
a great
saying?
play. I thought it was
Let's
a
get
great play. Hang on one
Yes,
second.
sir. Yes, sir.
I thought it was a great play, but I want to isolate this concern and move on from the CT. Very simple. So to isolate the CT concern, I brought up. You said CT. I brought it up. You're saying the concussion that
I'm
you got in
saying
your
I walked
career.
off the field, man. I didn't say nothing about the concussion. I said football players
Right.
are signing up for CTE. That's why I walked off the field. I don't want CTE. I made that clear. Did you not understand that?
So that means that that incident never got you CT.
Bro, listen, it's not about the incident. It's about me walking off the field, bro. I'm at the time of this year walking off the field, bro. You're taking me back to 2015 of a hit of CTE.
Yeah.
I'm living in this time and telling you in real time. I'm here looking you in your eyes to tell you I walked off the field from not getting CTE. And you guys say I got CTE because of a hit. You see what I'm saying?
I never
So no
said you
matter
got
what I
CTE.
do or what we do in America, you are marginalizing our position.
Yeah. That's how you
I
process
need
it.
ownership. Yeah, that's how I process
You
it.
process it as I'm marginalizing you.
You trying. You can't marginalize me.
How could I marginalize you?
You just try to marginalize my existence.
I'm asking
right
you
now.
a question. If
not a
okay, so let me put it to you. Let me
It's not a question.
maybe let me tell you selfishly why I'm asking that question from you, and see if you can hear the selfish question
Nah,
that
it's
I
good.
got
I made
for
a
you.
point, man. The point.
Okay,
made.
I'm gonna ask you my selfish question here. I got a 9-year-old son. Okay, he's an athlete. He loves playing sports.
Yeah.
I'm in LA last week. One of my best friends from high school. He played football. Okay, Henry. And it's me, him, my wife, and Mario having a conversation. My son loves the game of football. His mother, my wife, doesn't want him to play football. But when we're in the backyard wanting to play any sports, this guy wants to play football.
Yeah.
So when I talk to guys who played in the NFL, and this guy's a pretty athletic guy, my kid, is I want to find out what the risk is of a guy playing football or not. So maybe for you, if you said something, you said, I think you said this 3 weeks ago, the next time I play football is going to be with my son. I think you said this 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So from a father to you, would you recommend a son, 9 years old, who has aspirations to want to play football, would you encourage a kid to still play football knowing the risk could be CTE?
I mean, I encourage a kid to, do what's best for them. Do what makes them the most happy, but understand the risk. A lot of people in opposition, and I don't know how your kid was raised. Obviously, you probably a successful guy, so you don't have to play football to change his life or, to make a difference. In my situation, I'll tell your son, don't play football. Is it worth it? Is it worth it sacrificing your health, sacrificing your mind, and not having a life? But if you choose to be great, every kid get a chance to pick their own life. You just their dad. You lead them and help them make decisions and just educate them on what they're getting into. But most of the times, black is the majority of players that play. They from the low-income housing. It's mostly guys that look like me. So like you said, they're from Liberty City, so they had to, be the modern-day gladiators. College is the modern-day corporation. Players, they don't care if you go to school. They just want you to play so they can make money. So really, man, we just, it's like a modern-day Hunger Game for my people, It's like we being in trade-offs and like, can't see the real value.
So you have 4 kids, if I'm not mistaken.
Now I got 6 kids.
Okay. How many sons do you have?
5.
5 sons.
Yeah.
Do any one of them want to follow their father's footsteps,
Of
play
course.
football?
Of course. Maybe all of them.
And you're okay with if they play football?
As long as they know the repercussions of what is coming with educating
I got it.
themselves.
I
So for
respect
me,
that.
if they want to be great, we fight them to whatever the best to protect them. But
It's
a
tough to
risk.
do it because if they want to do it, how you tell them not to do it? It's
But
not
you tell them the repercussions
Exactly.
of the guys.
Yeah.
That's what happened. God bless Demarius Thomas players. That's Vincent Jackson. The list goes on. You
Yeah.
just said a linebacker. My God,
Seau, Junior.
Junior.
Yeah.
Plenty of guys, but no one wants to talk about it. The doctors get brushed off for it, so it's like, they scratch it, and then if you walk off and be like AB, then you got CTE.
So AB question. So if you go
It's
back,
like you damn if you do, damn if you not. It's like,
but if you go back and you were coming up, say you're 17 years old.
man, I come up in Liberty City, man. We come up for survival. This Liberty City, you know what's come from there.
Yeah.
Drug dealers, gang bangers, killers. If
No
you're not
question.
smart and
Yeah.
disciplined and dedicated to changing your life and got some type of talent there to play football,
Right.
you're done.
If you knew what you know now, would
What
you
you mean if you knew, bro? I'm in survival mode. What you mean? It ain't about what you know. It's about your situation you in.
Right, but could,
know what I mean?
would you have gone hip hop or would you gone football?
Come on, man. I'm a football player. My dad was a great player. My dad is touchdown Eddie Brown. It's in my
know who
blood,
it
it's
is,
in my
yeah.
genes to be a football player. So don't ask me what you think I'll be. It's only small margin in the trap areas
I
we
asked-
from. It's not a lot of opportunities where we from. In the low income housing. You ever been to Liberty City? You probably didn't. Your friends just told you imagination. So you couldn't imagine it. You couldn't fathom it and you never seen it.
Yeah, but
Somebody
I'm from
painted
LA.
the picture.
I'm from LA, and so I grew
understand.
up in
Every
a
hood got a
welfare
hood.
kid. Yeah, I'm
It's
a
okay.
welfare
I'm not
kid.
saying
It's
that
not
you've been to LA. This is Liberty
Yeah.
City, my boy. This is gang violence, John Doe, known drug violence that got life sentence. This is like drug criminal, like
You know, when you grow up in Iran and you get bombed on, it's not
man,
a
you
lot.
grew up in LA, man. Don't try to sell me
I
on
live
no
in Iran
trauma
10
you
years,
did.
got bombed
You was
167
in the
times
army,
in a
man.
day.
You made
Yeah.
the decision to do that. You ain't have to
No,
survive.
I was
to
born
do
in
that.
Iran. I didn't have a choice to be.
You
there.
had
I
the
was-
decision to go to the army, sir.
I
You
did.
made
That was
by
a-
choice,
no,
not
no.
because your life. You had
No,
to make
that
a life.
was afterwards when I was in the States. When I was
Grew up in
born
LA,
Iran,
man. You was a suburban kid.
0 to 10, I lived in Iran. 2 years in Germany, refugee camp. Then I came to the States.
I'm
So I'm
saying how
asking
you was
you-
growing up. It's okay how you grew up. It's not a
Parents
bad
got
thing.
a divorce. I was a welfare child. I was a 1.8 GPA kid. You're not talking to a guy that grew up
It
in a
don't
rich
matter
family.
who we talk to, sir.
Yeah.
Rich, poor, don't matter. Whoever you is, be
Sure.
true to yourself. It's
Well, all I'm
about-
saying to you is you're not talking to a guy that doesn't understand what it is to
I
be in
can
the
talk
streets.
to anyone,
Yeah,
man. I'm not in the streets. You don't understand what it's like to be Liberty City, man. You can't fathom.
Sure, and I could say the same thing about being in Iran. But the question I'm asking is the following question.
What's the question?
If you knew what you knew, could you have made
Sir,
it as
listen,
an
man,
artist?
my dad was a football player. I can make it at anything I do. And let's get that clear, kids. You could do anything. Don't let the world, people marginalize you or what you can't do. They said I couldn't be a rapper. You see what it is. I'm doing it. They said I walked out the field. I was crazy. I had CTE. Now they doing the CTE dance. So it's like, I don't want to change nothing in my life, man. I'm grateful for the point I'm at. I would just like to make the world a better place for everybody living. And for we to have, not a diatribe, but a dialogue, And we having a dialogue. I know you're a little uncomfortable, but it's a little uncomfortable for us. Imagine how we feel constantly having to go through that. You know what I mean? God from Liberty City changed his life, work hard, and work his way at the top.
No, I'm very
I wasn't the
comfortable.
first round
Yeah.
guy. I said it's uncomfortable. I know you're comfortable. It's an uncomfortable situation.
It's totally fine with me. I
I'm
enjoy
not saying
this.
that you're
Yeah.
uncomfortable, man. We're not trying to make. I respect you, man. I got respect for my elders. I'm not
Likewise.
trying to minimize your role or come at you. I'm just having dialogue right now.
Same here.
You're
Yeah.
making it a diatribe where it's like we're trying to, like it's not a battle. I'm just trying to make you understand the frustration of what we got to go through. And it seemed like you got some frustration too because you've been through it too. So you should understand it a little per se.
But we both got a pretty good life.
Of course, we're blessed.
Yeah,
I'm not
we
saying
both
that
got a
life
pretty
not-
good life. That's
life is beautiful no matter what
no
you
question
got.
about it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Life don't have to be, life is what you make it. It's not about what you made. You know what I mean? So even when we was in Liberty City, I had swag. My jeans was cut over, Timberland up. White tee from the store every day. Polo Tommy. So it don't matter where you at. It's about the opportunities, and we just trying to rally people together for positivity and dialogue. Not diatribe where we can further for our kids. You say you got a 9-year-old son, I got 6 kids, so we want to further the culture so my son could be all he can be. He don't have to deal with the scrutiny. He could play football with support to know that he's not under attack in the media. Know they're not ruining his name. No, he don't have to have uncomfortable situations, conversations with his dad about, you know, how people think or why I act the way I act, you know. So it's like, you know, we're trying to move it further so we could be more than what we could be. What they say in the Army, be all you could be. I'm still trying to be all I could be.
Yeah, we got work to do. I do as well. Every day we're trying to be all that we can be.
Solid.
AB, question for you. By the way, we're used to this, so we're good. I mean, as far as having conversations,
dialogue, man.
yeah, we're good. And just for the record, you know where I grew up in NMB, literally 10 minutes
Right
away
from
from
the-
Liberty City.
Of course.
I respect I mean, that was our rival, NMB, Norland. You said you went, so when we can go there all day long. But was it something that Pat said that, I'm not saying you're angry, but obviously you're on some type of way
Man,
right
I
now?
feel good, man. It's just dialogue, man. Don't let me make no one feel no one.
Who-
I feel great. We just communicating.
But if you could, is there anyone that you're angry with right now? Just in life, bro.
Nah,
The media, NFL.
Listen.
Players.
I do everything out of love. Sometimes I could be funny with the truth because the truth hurts. But when people don't understand it, you know, they feel irrational. But I'm not really angry at no one. I think I did what's best for me. People did what's best for them, and life goes on. You know, obviously, any relationships in life and people, things don't go the way you want them to go. But life goes on, and you know, life's short. So I don't hold on to grudges. I'm not angry at no one. But you know, where there's no respect, you know, there's no respect given. And imagine, you know, just getting suppressed, pushed over, manipulated over and over. You know what I mean? And sometimes you gotta live with these things. And you don't get a chance to express them.
Who's showing you a lack of disrespect or a lack of respect, and who's pushing you and who's
No
pushing
one's
your
pushing.
buttons?
No one can
Well,
push
you just
my
said
button.
that. You just said people were doing that to you.
Bro, I just walked out the field. You just did it to me. He just did it to me. What you mean? Yeah, he just did it. He said, yo, CTE, you walked out the field. Now I said I walked out the field because I didn't want to get it. Now he take me back to a play where he say I might have it. So it's like, bro, you know what I'm saying?
That's a question a lot of people think about, though.
Exactly, because they don't understand the mental fortitude. It's like, yo, if you're not conforming to do what people think you should do, then I got CTE.
But they shouldn't ask you?
Nah, bro, listen.
They can ask you and you can say no and you just move on
Bro,
with the
you
topic.
can't tell that you get CT let somebody dead. So don't ask me that shit. That's like a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, prostitution, #1 business in the world. You know, you got to get to the titties. You know, when the baby born, they got to get to the, you know, the malnutrition of the titties, like for the life and the nutrients.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So when you saying dumb stuff, bro, you getting me away from the titties. It's like you making me, you know, you marginalize who I am. You know what I'm saying? You saying if I play football, I'm gonna get CT, but if I don't conform to play, then I got CT. Then you remind me of the play. What do you think that's doing?
It's a question that we
Nah,
have.
it's not a question, bro. People fucking dying from CTE.
And that's why we're asking.
What do you mean you asking? What do you mean you asking? We got people that's dying from this, and you asking a nigga right here alive. I'm alive right here talking to you.
Sure.
All right, so how the fuck you gonna ask me something that's like I'm alive right now and I got peers that's dying from? You see what I mean? The fucking disrespect that my people constantly gotta take. Vincent Jackson, rest in peace. This guy died from CTE, bro. He just told you can't have CTE. They can't figure it out until you die, right? And then you go remind me of a hit of it. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? You will understand it, man. But it's like, imagine that over and over and over and over. So it's like, you know what? We just gonna share the truth and be funny about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be funny about it since, you know, I'm a walking CTE. And then if I, you know, what you guys want me to do is like a Hunger Game. If I'm not letting you guys use my body to capitalize off what I'm doing, then I'm crazy.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean, by the way, when they say they're taking you away from the titties? You use those words. What do you say?
Yeah, the malnutrition, bro. Prostitution #1 in the world. Get me to the titties mean the malnutrition. The real reason we here. To get to the things that people want to hear that make them inspired. I just told you I'm hope. I'm the light. I'm the encourager, the influencer, the people's champ. Don't listen to the blogs. That's a bad influence. I'm here just talking about my peers dying, players literally dying this year. And a guy tells me, maybe when you got hit, I got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? The disrespect. You know what I'm saying? That's disrespect. You know what I mean? But I don't think I got to simplify disrespect, man. We deal with it all the time. But then when you give it back, you know what I'm saying? When the sheep get a wolf back, you know, when they get it back, and then I'm living with CT. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then, if I may, Pat, if you're cool with it, let's get to the titties. And let's
Right.
get to what he wants to talk about. If you're done with CTE, I don't know. It's your call.
I mean, he just
Yeah.
got caught in a bad point. It's just like a girl when they get caught, they sound like a dirtbag. Hey. It's okay, man. It's respect.
It's a question, and you get to
Sir.
answer the way you did, and we can move on to the next
Sir,
topic.
it's not a question. That was
Yeah.
an irrational answer to take someone back to a situation of having CTE. You know what I'm saying? You see that you were set up for an interview, so you trying to talk to me to make it seem like there's something.
Dude, we can finish the interview right now. We don't have
Whatever
to
we gotta
continue.
do.
What
Like,
I'm
I'm here
saying,
for
no,
work.
what I'm saying to you is, what I'm saying
I'm
to you-
communicating. If it's uncomfortable,
No,
this how
it's
people
not
all the time.
uncomfortable to me. If,
So
if
let's
I
talk.
can't ask you questions, then
I'm
what?
communicating
I just
here.
asked you a question.
What you
Did-
asked?
I asked you a question. Did that affect you? You said you haven't answered it yet.
Bro,
So
I
if we
just told
can
you
skip
people
it-
dying, and you talking about how it affect me while
Yeah.
I'm living.
Because
That's disrespect, bro.
anybody who is a diehard fan of your game, who follows every play you play, that are missing you playing today, is wondering if something happened that day. That's what fans are wondering.
Boy, listen, if people dying from this
Yeah.
shit, how you gonna ask me why I'm living? Do I think I got a
Okay.
symptom that people die from, bro?
All right, so let's just move on from that topic. Let's go to the next topic. Okay, so what do you think is what do you think about how the media and everything that's going on is handling Kanye West?
Man, I don't know, man. You know, he's apologetic. You know, Kanye West, my brother, my family. I'm not here to make excuses or, you know, dig into his situation. You know, I support him. And, you know, some things could be taken out of text. Obviously, the same guy they use for clout and they use to make clothes and make money off, now they just drop him and embarrass him publicly because, you know, it's the same stories. You know, same toilet, man, different shit. It's just a lot of shit piled up, you know, and, you know, when shit pile up, it gets smelly, you know, it gets stink, gets stopped up, and it's, you know, somebody got to address it. Somebody got to be the plumber. So I commend my brother Ye. And don't call him Kanye, call him Ye, you know. I commend my brother Ye, you know, for being so courageous and considerate, because it take a lot of courage, and it's lit.
Amy, what do you think was the tipping point?
I don't know what a tipping point. I can't talk for Ye. I'm not here to represent Ye. I represent Donda. Ye represent Ye. And that's my friend. Just send him encouragement. I mean, what do you feel like? How would you feel if your bank account got canceled? What would you do?
I'd be furious. I'd be
You
furious.
wouldn't know how to feel. You wouldn't know how
Yeah,
to feel.
no,
You just making an imagination or assumption.
Well, you asked
you
me the
wouldn't know
question,
what to
I-
do. I'm saying. I'm saying. So you
Alright.
making the logic on your experience.
Yeah, it's a
You know?
it's a scary situation for a lot of
Exactly.
people. How do you feel about how Elon made the phone call and he said, I spoke to him, he was apologetic, and we're going to move on, and he didn't do anything to him since he's now, you know, owning and running Twitter. How do you think about the way Elon handled it with Ye?
Ye run Parler. Log on the Parler app. You know, I can't speak for no one else, man. You know. You want me to say, I can't speak for no one else or what no one else did. I don't know. I can't judge no one's actions.
What do you think is Kanye's motivation at this point? Because I've seen.
I can't tell you his motivation, man. I'm not in
But-
his head.
But AB, you're a smart dude, bro. It's not like you're immune from what's going on there. You must say.
Well, make your assumption. You tell me.
I'm gonna ask you two questions. You are the president of his sports agency,
Yeah.
correct?
They shut it all
Donda?
down. Of course, yeah.
Correct. You're also a musician. Facts.
Yes.
You do collabs. You've done collabs. You said you've done more collabs, more features. Rick Ross, The Baby, French Montana, Sean Kingston. You did a thing with Young Thug, by the way, Get in My Bag, sick thing, and then you got people dancing to
Baby,
your song.
Keisha Cole.
Yeah, I've seen all this. So you
YD
do
the
have
best.
some insight, brother, as far as
Listen, man,
what's
listen.
going on with Ye,
You know what's
as
going
far
on
as
with him.
music goes.
Man, he got a lot more things that's bigger than music right now. You know, I'm waiting on him to get on. You know, you get some homework done as well. But you know, the time we at war right now, man. Just to be encouraging, to be the light.
You say you're at war?
We at war.
We
the
at
people.
war. Who is?
We
With who?
ourselves, the world.
When you say the people, what do you mean?
We, who are the people? We.
You're saying Americans? You're saying
Yes.
black Americans? You're saying
Bro, Americans, everyone, bro, black, white, everyone, everyone's at war. We're trying to figure out how to have a better world, how to come together, how to give more opportunities for the future. It's not an individual thing. You know, it's not something you can single out. We are here as one kind, human. You know what I mean?
So Kanye views himself as
I'm not here to speak for Kanye how he view himself. You gotta ask Ye. I'm AB. I can't speak for you of how he think and what he view himself. You seen the interviews. You
Yeah.
seen what he put out. Support him.
okay. Well, with all due respect, AB,
Yeah.
I work with Pat every single day. Every day.
Oh, yeah.
I co-host his podcast. I work for Valuetainment. This is my guy, right? He hired me, just like Ye hired you to be the president. If you asked me if Pat was dealing with something and you
But
asked
that's
me,
you.
but this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but listen,
I have
imagine
unique
talk about
insight.
a guy who canceled from his bank account to his shoe account.
So what
What
I'm
do you
saying,
want me to say? I don't know. What do you want? I can't tell you how Ye think. He in a time where he in his own head and own space. I don't know what it's like to lose $2 billion in one day. You don't know what it's like. So I'm not here to make an assumption. Do I know what it feel like? I don't know when everyone follow you and they turn you. I can know what that feel like when they follow and they turn your back on you. Like when they say if you don't play, you gonna get CT if you play. But if you don't play, maybe you got hit and had CT. You know what I mean? The same thing with him.
have you spoke with him recently?
Nah, man, we at war, man. It's better, better for positive actions. A lot of communications are nonverbal.
Okay. So you think it's a better idea to just kind of distance yourself or just kind of
Nah,
stay cool
I'm with
it?
Lay. I love everywhere he at, we at. But
No, I don't mean
not
distance yourself like.
No,
I mean
I'm
like
with
just
him.
he's dealing with some stuff. Let him deal with it.
Nah,
You're
man,
dealing
we
with
out.
your own life.
We support him. We stand next to him. We need more support. People say they outside. We need more people to come outside. All color people, everyone. Everyone, man. This is about making it better as a whole, for we can live better.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, bro. But if you
Yeah, it is what it is.
if you weren't president of his sports
Bro, the
organization,
sports company can't even play basketball right now. What do you want me to tell you? It's not about Ye. It's about the freaking kids. Kids missing opportunities. You asking me about Ye. So clearly you don't care about what's the opportunities for the future of the kids. You only care about what Kanye thinks because that's what make your ratings. That's what you're going to piggyback off the clout to make the hype. It's not a personal thing. This a reality thing. That's why I try to be funny with the truth because the truth hurt. It may make people insensitive. It may people feel bad. It may change the morale of the environment because it's untrue. It's true. It hurts.
okay.
It's sad.
So let me
that
frame-
you don't even care about the kids that done the sports that can't play because they can't go to school. The school closed. It don't even matter about them, right? It just matter about what Ye feel about it. What about the kids that got to go to school?
What are the kids that go to? You're saying there's a Donda Academy.
They
You're
did it.
saying
No, what happened with the kids is the kids that are tied to it, their scholarship to the universities was cut. Jaylen Brown just tweeted earlier today saying the fact that the kids were represented by them are now losing their scholarship doesn't make any sense. And then people went after Jaylen Brown, which why would the kids be affected by that? It's a very weird
so
situation.
You guys,
yeah.
you see what I'm saying? We're here focused on the guy, Ye, who's the biggest guy in the world, who everyone want to.
He's
about
asking,
those
he's asking
kids. It's not about what he asked, man.
Yeah.
It's a conversation. It's not right or wrong. This is
we're good, bro.
This is
But-
dialogue,
but
not
I-
diatribe.
but
It's
how-
communication.
I'm not even gonna ask you a
What
question.
about the kids about who can't go
Okay.
to the next level because of this moment? It's not fair to them.
If
You
there's-
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not fair to those kids. You see what I'm saying?
But
I'm
AB,
with
if
you.
there's anybody that doesn't want to see that happen, this guy grew up.
Listen, I love
in
you
a-
guys.
in
I'm
a-
not saying you guys don't want to see everyone succeed. I'm just saying
The-
communication or the focus of what's important.
I understand
The
that.
little things in the world, like Ye say, oh, slavery was an option.
Sure.
Oh, white lives not matter. But then he just get canceled out the blue. So it's like, what's important in these times? We don't know. Could we have a kumbaya? Could we find out? Because I'm just hearing like, yo, I got kids that losing opportunities to change their lives. And we're here talking about what Ye think about getting cut from a brand and getting his face ruined. And you see what I'm saying? Like we missed the point of the realistic of the importance. But that's the world. That's not any of you guys' fault. You know what I'm saying? That's just the world and what we in. So we have these conversations, these topics to show that how we can make it better, even if it's uncomfortable, even if people don't understand, even if you feel like it's, you know what I mean? That's why I try to be funny about the truth, because the truth could be aggressive. You know, imagine poking the bear. It's like going to the animal cage, you know, the lion cage, and shit, you know.
Well, I think. Look, I'm not trying. If you don't want to talk Kanye, we don't Kanye. But if you're president of Donda Sports,
It's Ye, man. We want to talk about the kids that deserve opportunities,
but beyond
the kids that's missing opportunities.
But AB, beyond the kids,
about the youth,
there's also athletes. Like
It's about
Aaron,
the youth. It's
Aaron,
about the youth. No matter athlete, Aaron Donald and Jaylen Brown, they, you know what I'm saying? They canceled. You know, they showed their hand. We respect those guys and their decision. We support those guys, but it's about the kids. It's about the brighter future. powering guys up for the how we gonna obtain the mission of the future superheroes when we stopping opportunities. One apple shouldn't swore the whole tree. One misunderstanding shouldn't, why are we canceling people? Why are we the only one getting canceled?
So are you happy that Elon is finally buying Twitter?
Yo, I love Elon. He's a billionaire. I never met Elon. I don't know what.
But you know why I'm asking that? No,
I don't know why you asking.
I will tell you why. Every question I ask has it's like we're playing ping pong. You say
Yeah,
something
you're trying to set me up to make me look a certain way for your benefit.
AB, let me tell you.
That's the purpose of the interview.
But let me tell you this. Here's what I'm willing to. I'm willing to turn off. Hear me out. Let me tell you what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to turn off the mics, not record, not go live with it, just have a conversation with you. Did you hear what I just said? Hear me out what I just said.
I'm here for the business.
But I totally set that side aside. Money's money. I don't care about money. If you want to set aside the mic and we just have a convo, I'm open to it.
Bro,
and we turn off all the cameras.
So it ain't about no cameras. I'm having real dialogue.
But because you just said to me, the only reason is I'm trying to stroke you to piss you off to say something.
Sir, you asked me about Elon Musk. I never met Elon Musk. I don't know about Twitter, bro. I just told you about Parler, bro. You asking?
Sure.
I don't know Elon Musk, man. I respect Elon Musk. He's a billionaire. I respect him. But I don't know him. I don't know why he bought the Twitter. I know Kanye just bought Parler. That's all I know.
But do you know why?
I don't know what he do, but I don't know him, so I don't know.
May I state why I asked the question?
So you asking me questions that don't pertain to
But this is what you call a conversation, and you said you like a conversation, a dialogue. That's a dialogue.
Nah, this is a diatribe, man, because you're feeling uncomfortable. You like saying cut the mics off, cut the cameras off.
Dude, I've sat down with mobsters. I've sat down with gang. I've sat down with
military.
I've sat down with everybody. Very little makes me uncomfortable. But if I may, I'll let you know why I asked that question. You said cancel culture. Cancel culture is a concern for a lot of people. The idea.
Yeah, you just asked me about Elon Musk, sir.
But Elon Musk buying Twitter is good for those where they won't feel like they're going to be canceled.
Who is those?
Anybody that.
So who getting canceled? Who is the people that's getting canceled?
If Elon didn't.
Who is the people that's getting canceled?
If Elon didn't.
Who is the people that's getting canceled? Who is the people that's getting canceled?
If Elon didn't buy
Kanye
Twitter.
bought Parler.
Right.
So you can express yourself. You could be yourself. AB walked off the field so you could be yourself. Me and Kanye relate because he could be himself.
Yeah, but that's why he's asking the question, AB, because Elon bought Twitter for that same exact concept.
But you still
That's why Elon called Kanye, AB.
I understand
Come on now.
If it was the old CEO, Kanye would have been off. If it was the old CEO, Kanye would have been off of Twitter.
He just bought Parler, sir.
I know he did.
You can't even express yourself on Twitter for 160 characters. I know Elon possibly make that better for better expression, but it still doesn't help a guy getting canceled. If you say the wrong thing or if you're a target, like you just said, who is those? Who's getting canceled, sir? Like
a lot of people.
Like who?
You want me to list a few then?
Yeah, listen, please.
Pull them up.
Google
Who's
been canceled.
Off the top of my head, obviously
God
Trump got canceled.
Okay.
Trump is the president. How you the president? You get canceled.
That's the point.
That's exactly
the whole
what
fucking
the point we're talking
AB.
about here.
How did they cancel him?
I think
he's off. Andrew Tate just got canceled. We just did a massive interview with Andrew Tate. He's you know who that is?
Of course I know Tate.
Okay. Are you in favor of him getting canceled? Obviously not.
I mean, no one's getting canceled, man.
What do you mean? Everyone's getting canceled.
I'm saying we need to stop the prohibited non-canceling. Like
we're on the same page there, baby.
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
So let me read this, which is, I just saw this on Twitter earlier. So Adidas cut.
Did he lose his bank's account? Did he lose 2 Bs in one day?
He did. No, not 2 Bs.
Okay,
no,
but they did cut off.
Adidas cuts ties. The only reason we're bringing up Tate is because you said who's been canceled. So we're answering your question for you. So Adidas cut ties with Ye. Balenciaga cut ties. Vogue, Anna Wintour cut ties. Dropped by CAA. Dropped by Lawyer. Stream sales, airplay. By the way, Spotify CEO hasn't said they're dropping yet. They're still allowing the music to stay on, but it's plummeted. Restricted from Instagram and Twitter. I saw him post something today on Instagram, which is great. Stadium shows canceled. Documentary shelved. $2 billion lost in a day. And just a couple days ago, he said he's only got $120 million left in cash. He said this, I think, it was either the Piers Morgan interview, or I think it was Piers Morgan interview, 120. So the fact that they target him the way they did, do you think, and you don't have to answer this, you can simply say no or no comment or just not even answer it. Do you think the tipping point was what they call the anti-Semitism comment? You think that was the tipping point?
I thought you was listening to everyone that got canceled.
Oh, we can give that to you as well if you want to pull
Let me
that
give
up.
you one, baby. Let me give you one example. You can pull up a list. You know who got canceled?
You already said the list. I thought he was running through why they got
No,
canceled.
that
I
was
knew why
Kanye
Ye
got
That's the
canceled.
reasons
But
why.
here,
Obviously, we know that.
let me give you one name that you'll probably be very
You
familiar
already
with.
gave me the names. I understand
Dog, we
that. I
gave
thought
you
he was
two
gonna
names.
I thought he was going to read off it like he read
I'm
off
trying to give you a
everything else.
name right now for you.
You already gave me two names. I'm trying to hear what they did and what happened to them.
Hear that? Sugardale Bacon's been making Saturday morning sizzle since 1920. Because Sugardale isn't just some run-of-the-griddle bacon. It's slow smoked with applewood and hickory to achieve the perfect balance of sweet and savory. So anytime your meal needs a boost, more wow, some, sizzle. Add Sugardale. It's bacon, only better.
Okay, what are
The
your thoughts?
details.
What are your thoughts about your boy, the baby, getting canceled after his gay
All
comment?
right, so what the details? What happened?
He said homophobic slurs apparently at
Understand
Rolling
that,
Loud.
But what happened after? What they do? Like the details where he just read off all that. What was the
Like,
You want to
did
know
he
what happened to
lose?
the baby?
plots, man? What was the events in the story that
Are
they
you
did
saying
after
like-
he got canceled?
are you-
Just all the stuff you just read off.
Yeah, I mean, I
The
have
baby
it.
was dropped for speaking out loud, which I don't agree with. The 30-year-old rapper
Yeah.
So
was
how do we
accused of
fix
making
that?
homophobic remarks at a
So how
music
do we fix
festival,
that?
Rolling Loud, which you
So how we
performed at.
fix that?
Well, this is the whole point of the conversation: is that Elon buying Twitter, Kanye,
But does that help?
buying Parler. There's
How
other
does that help? How does that help? You just said you know what I'm saying? How does that still help?
AB.
If we, I'm asking you, how does that help?
I'm going to ask you a very direct question.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the First Amendment, freedom of speech? You're familiar with that.
Bro, it can't be no freedom of speech because, you know what I mean? Everything you say, it could get you canceled. You just said it.
And
these guys got canceled.
That's
so
the whole argument. That's the whole conversation. Is that people
understand it.
in America today, AB should say whatever he wants to say, or be able to say whatever he wants to say, controversial or not. Trump,
Bro, opinion is opposite of the fact. So no matter what you say, that's your opinion. You should have the right to your opinion.
I'm with you.
whether right or wrong.
we're all on the same
Because
page.
it's
here.
opposite of the fact. I'm not saying we're not on the same page. We just communicate and let you know I understand what you're saying. I get it. I get it.
Okay, so you performed with the baby. The fact that he got canceled and
my brother,
that the LGBT community tried to cancel him, that had no sway on you doing a feature with him.
Bro, I love the baby. The
Okay.
baby, my brother, man. You know, God's gonna always try to cancel guys like us who in a high position or, you know, they can't be used or, you know, used for someone else capture a game. You know, if you play football, you're gonna get CT. If you walk off like me, then you probably got hit and got CT. So it's like, you know what, you either damn either way. It's kind of like your opinion. You know, it's a true someone else's opinion and the other person's opinion.
Maybe if did you have any aspirations of owning a football team, like a sports team?
I mean, but how? I mean, of course we want to. We want to, but how? Have you ever seen black guys own a football team, NFL?
I don't know if I don't know about football. I do know in other sports, but I don't know
Man,
about
Google.
football.
I mean, it's a podcast. You should have the facts.
Yeah. Well, no, we're not. We're just a podcast. We're not CNN or Fox. But if you want to Google it, how many black
I don't
NFL
want to Google.
owners
I'm
are
just
there?
saying it good to know
Let's find out
facts.
since you're asking it. It's a good question to check.
I like reference sheets, man. Let me see the reference. I could verify the stats.
Only 2.
Like they own or they just got represented.
Let's check it. Let's take a look. Go a little bit closer. Only 2 people of color own NFL teams.
Well, number one, we know Michael Jordan owns.
No, he's
a
talking
team.
specifically NFL is what he's talking about. So Kim, a woman of South Korean descent, co-owner, but we're talking about African. So the NFL is a Pakistani. So no, apparently no one that's an African American in NFL.
Of course.
Okay, so what do you think about that? You think that's specifically because of color, or you think nobody's tried to buy a team and they got denied?
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm not in the world. It's your world.
I mean, we all in this world.
I'm not in the NFL world.
I'm
I
not
was
in it
too
either.
slow, man. I couldn't run like you. I couldn't catch
I'm not
like
in
you.
it either, man. You know, I get what I did and was out.
So, but if you ever get a chance to, would you want to own a sports team?
I mean, why not? We want to be able to experience everything.
Okay, so here's my question: If you were to own a sports team one day, how would you, as an owner of a sports team, how would you have handled an AB?
Just throw him the ball, man. Get him off. Don't embarrass his name. Like, what do you mean how we handle it?
Relationship-wise. Relationship-wise.
It's a business. We don't need a relationship. We do your job.
I got you. So if you were an owner and you had an AB.
I'm not an owner, man. We talking for make-believe. You just said it's zero
Yeah.
black owners. We talking for make-believe. This
But
is not
listen,
true.
I mean, you know.
It's an imagination.
Yeah, but you know, we got dreams and aspirations.
I
just
know,
like
but
you
it got to
did.
be reality.
Well,
we
when-
want reality. We want stuff that we really could do. We
Sure.
don't want to hear about what you think or what's the imagination.
Right.
We want to hear about things that could actually come true, like real results that change things or make a difference so we're not in situation.
AB,
Anybody.
AB, who in your life as a mentor, has succeeded of challenging you privately?
No one need to challenge me. I'm in the best position ever. Why would you want to challenge me?
No, as a as a mentor, as a father, as an uncle, as a peer,
Why would you want to challenge me? I'm an offensive skill. I'm a wide receiver.
No, I'm not talking about myself. I have no desire to challenge you. I'm talking about if I'm close
Why would
to
someone
you.
challenge me? I'm the guy that's in position giving light.
Because we all have blind spots. Everybody has blind spots.
know.
I got blind spots. You got blind spots. And
I'm
sometimes
where I can't have a blind spot. Where I'm from, you can't have a blind spot. Where I'm from, we not
Yeah.
playing on the level playing field you is. If I got a blind spot,
Yeah.
I'll be in this position.
It-
It's harder for guys to be in this position. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really hard. You got to be that much more
Sure.
disciplined.
But you made
gotta,
it.
You
You
got to
made it.
make that made hard. You know what I mean? Life ain't never made. It's made every day.
do you believe in God?
Of course.
Okay, so I believe in God as well. Okay, so we all need grace. No, I know I need grace. I know I need grace. You ever need grace?
Yeah, God is grace.
Okay, so if I know I need God and I know I don't know it all, it would help for me to have wise counsel, right? Because they say,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, who gonna counsel me? I got more than the counsel.
well, there's plenty of other people that have more than you and me that can give us counsel. I have a
don't need
board that counsels me. They have more than I do, and I do pretty well
No,
for
I need
myself.
a counsel about better opportunities, better circumstances.
But do you know what I'm
You know what I'm
asking
saying?
you? Do,
I
do
don't
you
know what you ask.
Yeah, what I'm asking is, I don't know it all. So the fact that I don't know it all,
How you don't know? What we gotta know? I do know it all. It's Google. It's detailed references. Whatever I need to know, I can know.
Yeah, but sometimes when you're making a decision,
Like
right,
a decision, like what? What decision?
you
Say
just
it.
helped me out. You just helped me with a decision.
Yeah.
You just helped me out with a big decision. You don't even know it.
Good. Say what decision.
It's my 9-year-old how to handle him. I just got counsel from you because I'm not in the world. You just give me incredible feedback that when I go to my wife tonight, I'm going to tell him, let me tell you what this guy said. And I'm going to bring that up to my wife. And I'm going to say, let me tell you what he said. He said, if his
yeah, but that wasn't counsel. That was just a positive idea.
But
bro.
I receive it as counsel.
Yeah,
I
it's
receive it
not
as counsel
man.
because
It's not counseling.
because it-
I'm having a conversation where
And
you're
I'm-
giving
and I'm-
your idea. I'm not counseling you.
but what I'm doing is I'm receiving it.
Counsel is when you get in trouble, they take you to the council office, so you could
Yeah.
they could tell you like, hey, if you whatever we could do to get you
We
on
can
the
change
right
the word
page.
for advisor.
I'm on the right page. I'm from Liberty City. I'm
Yeah.
the light. I became, I did a great career in the NFL, and I walked off and made another one.
So you don't think you can learn from anybody
Everyone
else
can
anymore?
always learn, bro, but I don't need counseling, bro. You need counseling because you don't understand.
Yeah,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
not at your level of intelligence. That's for sure.
I'm not
I need
saying-
help.
I'm not saying
I need
intelligent.
advice. I need
I'm not
counsel.
saying intelligent.
Well,
I mean, I'm not saying you at my level. of
AB,
intelligence.
let me
You just
frame
ain't
it.
got the
Let me
experience
frame
to
it a
go through what I
different.
went
Yeah.
through.
Let me frame it a different
It's
way.
just privilege.
Who was your favorite coach you ever played under?
Coach, man, the last one.
Who was that? Bruce Arians?
Nah, not that guy. That guy. What about that guy?
Who was your last coach? Belichick?
No, he's
man.
talking Tomlin.
Probably Mike T, my favorite coach.
Mike Tomlin was your favorite coach you've ever played for.
Yeah.
And what about him made him your favorite coach?
He know how to get the best out of players.
Okay. So as an example, that's someone that you would seek counsel. He was your
That
coach.
ain't a counselor, man. He's a coach, football coach. That's not a counselor.
But that's in
That's not counseling.
Here-
They paid me for skills to play ball. I don't
Facts.
need counseling.
Okay.
He the coach to make sure the team align, but I'm the player with the skills to do the job.
fair point. He was paying
I
you,
don't
the team
need
was paying
counseling,
you.
man. If you guys don't understand me, you guys
Okay. All right.
stand under me.
So if it has to do with pay, then let me flip it on you then. You've hired lawyers, you've hired doctors, you've hired estate planners, I assume.
Yeah.
You've hired CPAs. There's people you surround yourself with.
They're
AB.
not counselor, bro. That's employees, W-9s that do a service, a job.
Okay.
Exactly.
But you give them,
No, man,
they
no
give
one
you
counsels.
counsel.
God is my only counsel, my family and my peoples. No one give me counsel. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe,
I'm self-sufficient here.
maybe.
The first rule of the law is self-preservation. The first
Okay.
rule of the law is self-preservation. I'm self-sufficient. That's how you can make it from Liberty City. Can you look up the percentage of guys who make it from Liberty City?
Not a lot.
Exactly. So I'm one of the few chosen. So I should be giving counsel. That's why I'm here. I'm giving counsel.
Facts, but also
Do you
you
think-
could receive counsel, is what he's
I
asking.
can always, it's receptive.
Okay.
Giving and receiving the information is receptive, man.
What do you think about? Do you remember back in the days when Barkley didn't like being called a role model? Do you remember that whole thing?
I don't remember that.
He did a whole commercial said,
He
"Don't
did-
call
he's
me a
like,
role
I'm
model. I'm not a role
right?
model."
Do you think the young guys in Liberty City look at you as a role model?
Of course.
Okay.
I'm the few guys that they seen make it from their community.
Who do you think is the
So
biggest
from
role
that
model?
aspect, that give them inspiration.
Who would you say is the
It's
biggest
not a
role model?
competitor about who's the biggest. We all motivation and inspirations from where we come from. See, you know what I mean? That's another thing. We always get put in a position where we get compared to other guys. You know what I mean? We put against our own guys, like who's the biggest? We are the biggest, man. There's only one. You know what I mean? God's the greatest, only one. Yeah, it's one of all of us. Whoever's great, it's one of all of us.
Yeah.
It's all the same, one kind, you know?
But there's levels of, like, for
Nah,
instance,
man, you know it then. You know the level then. So if you know,
Well,
you know.
I'll give you
I
a
don't want
name.
to anonymize guys and put them against each
I'll
other.
give you one name. You give me your feedback, but you have to listen, bro.
I'm listening.
From Liberty City, okay? Also a musician.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Luther Campbell, Uncle Luke, Two Live
He
Crew.
wasn't a football player, though.
But he runs the whole freaking Liberty City team, Optimist team, University of Miami. You talk about Liberty City,
Yeah.
someone that gives back, that gives counsel. Uncle Luke is the top of the list.
Yeah.
You
I
disagree?
don't know Uncle Luke, man. I grew up playing at Gwen Cherry. You know what I mean?
But
Where
you
I'm
must
from.
know what Uncle Luke is doing for the city of Liberty City if you're from
I
Liberty
mean, he
City.
the coach at Edison, but that don't mean you doing for Liberty City because you coach at Edison.
But he's
Doing for Liberty City is empowering Liberty City. I'm not saying that he's not doing, but I respect Uncle Luke. But, like, come on, man. Who in Liberty City making the difference? Who? Just because you coach at the school or you from that area? Are you familiar with it?
I mean, he's there every day doing his thing.
You, that's his job now, man.
No, I didn't even know he was coaching Edison.
All
I'm
right,
talking
so I
about
educated you.
for two
You know, I
decades.
don't know where he from.
For 2 decades, he's been trying to help your community, Liberty
Yeah,
City.
but my people in the same position. Like, Liberty City ain't changing. You know what I'm saying?
And is that your goal, to help change Liberty City?
Man, I'm here to get a light, man. To be the light for
What does
people
that
in
mean,
Liberty
though, bro? The light. What does that mean? Legit question. You
Light,
said that
yeah.
15 times. I'm asking you a legitimate question. What does that mean, being the light?
Yeah, be the inspiration,
Okay.
being the motivation, being the encouragement, being the excitement, you know, when people come, how they feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm a product of that environment that actually made a difference. You know what I'm saying? So that's giving off hope. That's the light. That's what people strive to be like. You know, it's the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, respect on that. Is that how you view yourself as more than anything? Like, if we can do that edification at the begining rather than stats, rather than Super Bowls, would you prefer to be known as
Nah, but listen.
AB the light for young people?
You know what I mean? It just at this point, we don't know what to be referred as. We just want to be, respected. Not marginalized, not canceled, not taken advantage of. Not kicked to the side. It's a lot.
But AB, I don't think you've been canceled.
I can't be canceled. I'm with God. Of course they cancel. He just said it. You know what I'm saying? If you play, you're gonna get CTE. If I'm not playing and I got hit that time, then I got CTE. So you already said it.
I don't give a shit about CTE. Meaning, like, I'm past that. I'm asking.
No,
You're-
I'm
you're-
past that too, but that's
Yeah.
the reality. That's the thesis
but that has
statement
nothing to-
of this. It's the same thing, bro. That's the same thing. It's the same thing to go back to the same point I made from the beginning when I got here. You see
Which is
I'm
what?
saying?
Which is what?
Maybe you missed it. The same scenario.
No, but we're talking about getting canceled. But you haven't been canceled. You chose
Oh,
to
you
walk
already
off the field.
canceled me. Exactly. And they
You chose to walk off the field.
Exactly. So
Right.
I don't get CTE. And you just said at that time I got hit, now I got CTE. And there's guys that's dead. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like, bro, you ain't making it all sense. You're just going back to the same.
I want to manage expectation. Nobody said you got CTE. We asked the question. You didn't answer it. It's totally fine. We moved on. No one's talking about that anymore. We're on a completely different
Go
topic
back to the
right now.
same point. You got trying to get to the scenario.
Ain't nobody trying
of
to
the-
get to nothing. People are having a conversation with you. Something you want to have. You said dialogue. We're having a dialogue. Dialogue is exchange of
diatribe.
ideas. Exchange
It's
of
a
ideas,
diatribe.
questions.
You having
You
a
ask.
diatribe.
What's the difference? So tell us what a diatribe is.
I mean, you're smart. You should know, right?
I'm not as smart as you. We already identified that.
I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
You just ain't experienced what I experienced, so you don't have the irrational of someone suppressing you. So it's like, I'm not saying I'm smarter than you. I was just thinking I experience more of what we've been through. And
A diatribe is a forceful or bitter verbal attack against someone or something.
So question is a verbal attack.
yeah,
Got it.
this is how you started off. A verbal attack.
Okay.
Exactly.
Should we talk about what's going on in the NFL these days, PBD?
Go for it. What do
Okay.
you want to talk about?
Well, there's a game going on right now. What's the score right now? I think it's 17-10.
Yeah.
Ravens are playing your old team, the Bucks, last team you played for. I asked you at the beginning of the before we even went on air, who you're rooting for. You said you're not rooting for anybody. Are you not? Where you headed to?
I'm getting water.
Okay. You're not rooting for Tom Brady anymore?
Man, I'm not a part of the NFL no more. I walked away from it, man. I could care less about it.
Murder. That's what Dr. Oz calls all abortions. A 12-year-old girl raped and impregnated? Murder. A daughter sexually abused by her father? Murder. John Fetterman will protect a woman's right to an abortion. Vote Fetterman for Senate.
But if I may, AB, you've been tweeting a lot about Tom Brady and Giselle. So you can't just say, "Well, I'm not part of the NFL, so
I'm not a part of it though.
But
I'm
you're
not.
tweeting about your old friend
I'm a
Tom
black
Brady.
rock star. I don't have the answer of what you think I'm tweeting or what you think going on. I don't have to explain myself. I'm not an NFL where I owe a conducive answer of what I'm doing or what I'm showing. You know.
All right, so then fuck the NFL. Why are you just tweeting about
I
Tom
can
Brady?
do what I want. I'm a black rock star, man. I don't need no explanation to you or anyone what I do. It's entertainment,
Okay.
and there's some truth in it, and that's it.
Are you guys cool anymore or no?
I got a football relationship with guys, man. That's it. I don't play football. It is what it is.
So that was your relationship with Brady, just strictly football friends, not friends in real life off the field?
What do you call a friend off the field? What is a friend to you?
What is a friend with you?
Yeah.
Someone that you treat with respect and they treat you with mutual respect?
I mean, that's not a friend. That's a natural citizen. That's your human beings, human to human. I should treat you with respect. You know what I mean? Because respect is
Okay.
natural.
So with that being said, do you think that you're showing respect or showing love to Tom
nobody
Brady?
respect, man. The people don't respect. I don't owe no one respect.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Well, is it?
Respect is earned, man. That's what it is.
Are you saying that Tom Brady didn't
I'm
earn
not
your
saying
respect?
nothing, bro. I'm just saying respect is earned.
AB, as I'm talking to you, like for
Bro, I'm listening to you.
Okay.
You don't have to AB and act like a girl to me, bro. You a man. Talk to me like a man.
Yeah, but
I
you're
don't
not-
have to give you answers about my relationship with Tom Brady. I don't have a relationship with Tom Brady. I don't play
Okay.
football. That's it.
By the way, I would ask you 0 questions about Tom Brady if you weren't tweeting about Tom Brady. Tyler, I'm sure, has the tweets.
Put it up.
You're putting out pictures of
If
you.
fans put out pictures every time, it's a real picture. Fans put out pictures every time.
Yeah, but you're putting out
It
pictures.
is what it is. A real video of a situation.
But you're putting out pictures.
It's a real situation. What do you want me to say?
Tyler, can we pull this up, please? You're putting out a picture of your face on Tom Brady's body hugging Giselle. That's not a real situation, dog. That's a
Yeah.
made-up situation.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a
You're-
meme. It's funny. That's
Okay.
what fans do.
But he's going through a divorce right
It don't
now.
got nothing to do with me, bro. People capitalize
Okay.
on my life and situations every time. It don't matter.
Then
So
boom,
what?
You're capitalizing.
No,
I got it. I got
ain't
my answer.
about
We're
capitalizing.
good. You
It's
just
life.
said that.
It's life. It's life, bro. People sell shirts to me. Pull up how many people sell shirts and make memes and do funny shit at me.
Okay.
Now it's doing to him. It's a problem.
I'm
It's
not-
life.
The difference
it's fair.
is this is a
You
guy.
think it's funny?
No, it's not. It's not. This is actually not funny because the
It is
difference
funny.
is this
It
guy
is what
had
it is.
this guy
Whatever.
had your back. He had your back.
Bro, he had my back to play football to help him. No one got my back. They get a service. We in the service
Because you
business.
said you want to come back and play,
Bro,
So he
I didn't
wanted-
want to come back and play, bro. What do you want to play with these guys? To
So
go
they
die for
forced
us?
you to play football.
Bro, you don't know. Be quiet.
they-
man. You an idiot, bro. You don't know. How they gonna force me to play football? He considered me and came down here to Miami to talk me to come help him to win. I didn't need to play football, bro. I already had showed you guys my account in 2019. Had the interview to tell you what I was playing and how I was playing. Ain't no pity due to no one. AB was already officially set up.
So what made
don't
you
need-
come back?
I don't need to give you guys explanation. I'm
AB,
a black rock star. It is
what
what
does
it
that
is.
even mean, bro?
It mean I don't owe you no explanation.
then
we
we're
both,
good.
That's business, yeah.
What
We
the-
both good.
This is a business relationship.
Of course.
Just like you had with Tom Brady.
I don't know about that. I'm a black rock star, man. I don't explain relationship.
Brother,
with
I don't know what that means that you're a black rock star. I
yeah.
don't know. I don't.
Exactly. You don't
I
know
know-
what a lot I mean. I said, you know what I mean?
Okay.
You don't get it.
I
It's
know
okay.
actual.
You don't know. You don't know.
I know actual real rock stars. Real
no
rock
black
stars.
ones though.
I know Black
All right,
Rock.
but say it. Who you got?
No, you know.
All right,
I'm
yeah,
not,
exactly.
I'm not gonna
My
put my
point
business out
proven.
there, but
Exactly,
they don't
man.
just.
Hush it up.
You're not having fun.
I'm loving it.
I mean, you don't seem like the type of person that shies away from a fucking.
Nah, I'm just saying,
Discussion.
listen, if you guys tight, I'm here for you know what it is. It is what it is.
Okay.
You know, you guys feeling bad now, like yo, it is what it is.
Left it.
AB, we're having the time of our lives.
For
I
us,
guarantee you
this-
that
this
we're having a
turns
good
into a
time.
very
We've
simple
sat down with
story
mafia guys, political figures,
Good for
all
you
sorts of
guys.
figures,
It's not about
sports
it.
figures,
It is what it
UFC guys that whoop ass for a living.
It
This ain't
is
nothing.
what it is,
This
bro.
ain't nothing. We're having a good time here.
It is what
We're
it
asking
is,
you
man.
questions.
I don't
and
know how to rationalize about your feelings, man. You got feelings. You need to go to the dentist, get a cavity. I don't need to rationalize how you feel. I'm
like
here
that
talking to you, bro.
But we've asked you about Kanye. You didn't want to answer.
Yeah,
We've
I
asked
can't
you about Tom
other
Brady.
men, bro. What do
we
you
didn't
want
want
me to
to
tell you?
Okay.
I don't want to talk about other men, bro.
Yeah, but we're not asking you about.
What about the kids from Donna that can't go to college right now?
Okay, so is that
That's the most important thing right now. You want to know about what I'm doing and what's selling and what's happening. What about the important things that's going on right now?
is that the most important thing going on right now for
Man,
you?
you ask me. You tell me.
I'm asking you. Is that the most important thing going on in your life right now?
Tell me. I'm not here to
I'm
tell you
asking
what
you, and you want me to tell you? What does that mean, bro?
I'm not here to explain you my life where I'm at. I'm a black rock star. It's not for you to understand.
AB, you come on a podcast and you say,
Bro, I'm talking
not
to you.
here.
I don't have to give the answers that you think you want to hear. I'm giving you my answers of how I feel.
You're saying that the most important thing going on right
nigga
now
funny,
is the
I'm
kid
not
from
saying
Donda
nothing,
Sports.
man. I'm just saying that's an important topic.
Okay.
We
And
talk
why?
about what I'm doing and what the shirts and why I'm, I don't really feel the need to answer a question for you about
That's fine.
when and why.
You don't feel comfortable answering those types of
I'm always
questions. That's fine.
comfortable. I don't owe you like you an explanation for like what I'm doing.
Okay. Fair enough. So what do you want to talk about, AB?
I'm here with you guys. This you guys spot. PDD podcast. I'm here with you. You let me know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You let me know I'm here.
But when we try to ask you questions, you don't want to answer those. So I'm asking you what
I'm
you
asking
want to
you.
talk about, homie.
I don't know, man. I'm done with it.
Okay.
Let's
Well,
talk
how about let's ask you about hip hop. I'll tell you what. The name of our company is called Valuetainment. All right. You know the name now. You did a video with Young Thug, who I think is a great rapper. The whole video, you wore a shirt. Do you remember what the shirt said? It said Value Life. Our company is called Valuetainment. Why did you wear that shirt the entire video? What does Value Life mean to you?
I mean, I don't really want to explain my, I think you guys already know. You got the motto was value. In life, you got to have value. You know what I mean?
I don't.
There's a lot of confusion and misunderstandings. I'm not trying to, put you on the even, make you understand me. It's a lot of misunderstanding. There's a lot of confusion. That's life.
There's a lot of confusion about what?
I don't know.
AB, we're having you on the podcast because there's a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of and confusion, using your
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
That's why we're here trying to ask you questions, and you can answer them however you want.
I'm answering.
Because there's so much confusion and misunderstanding, we're not yelling at you. We're
Bro,
not.
listen, you
we're not
can't
giving
do
you a
nothing to me.
dissertation.
You can't
we're
do
asking
nothing.
you
I'm
questions,
here,
bro.
kumbaya with you. Yeah,
We're
I'm
good.
hearing you.
We're good. But if I'm asking you questions, you're saying there's a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of confusion.
Bro, I don't have to elaborate with you. You not gonna fix it? Can you fix it? What can you do about it? Can you do anything about it?
I'm not even trying to do
All
anything
right,
about
so what
it.
I'm gonna tell you something
But
that you
there's
can't do nothing
gonna
about
be
it.
millions of people that are watching
is
this
what it is,
that are
bro.
gonna want to know what the
It is what it
misunderstanding and
is,
the confusion is.
I think they know by this point. I think they know.
Why do you think they know that?
They know that they know.
Very philosophical. All right. So you're saying that the most important thing right now to you are the kids from Donda Sports and CTE.
I don't know. Winning is what is important now. It's a lot of things that's important. I don't think you can fix them, so it's not. I'm not here to bitch to you. I'm not here to complain to you. You can't fix the problem. You know what I mean? If you bitch to your problems about people, they probably glad you got them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to tell you about problems or entertain any problems,
Got it.
What do you want to do? We got 2 hours, which means there's 1 hour left. That's the contract.
What time we got?
Started at 9:30, 9:37. So we got 50 minutes left. I'm like, well, I can sit for 50 minutes mute. Military is easy for me.
Do what
can
you
do
gotta
that.
do, dog. Whatever it is I gotta do, you know. You want me to chill 50 minutes?
I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know what you want to do. I was looking forward to this. I was actually looking forward to this.
Got 50 minutes, man. Whatever you want to do. Y'all got the check.
Yeah, but AB, if we're gonna have a conversation, a dialogue,
Listen, man, we don't need to
I
say
think
AB,
at this
but
point,
AB,
you know,
man,
you-
listen,
what do you want me to call you, dog?
Listen, I don't
Your
need
name's
you to
Antonio
put
Brown.
AB,
You want me to
but
call you
AB.
Antonio Brown every single
I
time?
don't need you to, but AB, like you sound like a girl, my nigga. Like,
How do
but
I sound
AB,
like a
but
girl?
AB, like, I
You
don't-
sound like a girl not
you know
answering
what I'm saying?
questions.
I don't owe you no explanations,
But
bro.
dog, you came on a podcast to not answer questions.
That's not the way to answer them like you want me to answer them. I answer
No.
them the way
You
I
said
want
you said I don't want to talk about Kanye. You said I don't want to talk
Bro,
about
how am
Tom
I ask
Brady.
you questions about people that I don't? what
Go
am I
ahead,
talking
ask me a
about?
question.
You ain't got no questions for me to ask you, like,
Exactly, because you're on our podcast. We're asking you the questions.
and I gave you the answers.
No, you said I don't want to answer that. That was the answer.
I mean, it was just
So
not
I'm
good
asking
enough
you,
for
the Kanye is the biggest name in the goddamn world right now. He's going through a shitstorm. You're the president of Donda Sports. And when we say, what are your thoughts on what's going on with Kanye? You're like, yeah, I don't want to talk about Kanye.
I already
Okay,
made
you
the
played
point.
with Tom Brady.
I made the
You
point.
won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady. You're putting pictures out there with Giselle hugging him. And we're asking you, what's up with Tom Brady? You're like, yeah, I don't want to talk about Tom Brady. So how is that fair at all to someone who's genuinely interested in what you got going on? There's a lot of people
I
that
told you.
think you're
I think I told
misunderstood.
you.
I think you owe people an explanation as to what's actually happening.
And I gave.
I
you-
think you're a man. I think you're a grown ass man. I think a lot of people respect you.
I don't need the logic.
And I think a
with
lot
my
of people.
opinion. I don't need the logic about the irrational how people feel, man. I give you the answers, accept the answers, bro. If these not conducive to what you wanted or what you was expecting,
Okay.
it is what it is, bro.
But that's the whole thing, AB, is that you didn't give the answers. You said I don't want to talk about that.
Bro, I gave you the best sample. He
Okay.
got the tape. You rewatched the
All right,
tape.
cool. So then let's talk about something else. You're in the news a lot these days.
He
Pat-
want to be mute. You want to talk. What we doing, a one-on-one pod or?
I'll leave him alone. He can keep talking. Go ahead, Adam. Enjoy. it.
You're now welcome to the Sozcast over here.
Go for it.
Yeah, but I think. Listen,
You tapped them out.
do we want to even
out.
address this frustration? Tell me what you want to do. Tell me what's going on in your mind right now.
Oh, this is just us talking. I sincerely look forward to this interview because I sincerely enjoyed watching you play. I sincerely wanted to see if when one time we were having a conversation and I think about myself when I was 18 years old, okay? I have nothing going on in life for me. Unlike you had a lot of stuff going on in your life. At 18, meaning like you can look forward to the NFL, you have a career, you're at 18 years old, you have scholarships, you're going to college, you're playing quarterback. You're playing quarterback, but I have nothing. Believe me, I got nothing. My mom goes back to Iran and I'm homeless for a month. I'm trying to figure something out with life. And the right people in my ear is the reason why I'm here today. So all I thought, my biggest concern was when you were going through what you were going through, who was in this guy's ear? Your capacity is such a big capacity. Your upside is such a big upside. Your ability to impact is such a big impact. It's not a small impact. We could sit here for 40 minutes. I'll say this to you. We're probably never going to go live with this. No one's ever going to see this except for our people out there. We don't need to do this because we need to make a penny off of you. That's not what we do. We have great relationships with people that we've done. Go ask Shaq, ask Kevin Hart. Go ask the people that we've done stuff with and ask them, hey, Shaq, what is it dealing with Patrick Bet-David? Hey, Kevin, what is it like dealing with Patrick Bet-David? Ask President Bush, what is it like dealing with Patrick Bet-David? Ask some of these people that we've done business with, and they'll tell you. It's respectful because we're curious because we want to learn, and our audience wants to learn. We don't have 5 billion online views by pure accident. You don't get 5 billion online views because you're trying to catch something with somebody. I run an insurance company with 36,000 insurance agents. I don't do this because I make money. I don't take a penny off this company every year, not one penny. Insurance company with 36,000 agents that Shaq was at the event 2 months ago with 10,000 people at MGM Grand Arena Convention. This was a conversation that we were sincerely looking to have.
It ain't even about that, man. I feel like it was good dialogue. It's just misunderstanding. And
Which
it-
part, though?
I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just the intro. Not even the, you know what I'm saying? It's just communication for us to learn. It's not to make you look.
Intro, though.
No, it's not nothing personal. Like I'm trying to make you look bad, or I'm just saying like, in the world, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You only really known by what you do. But that just what you do. You know what I'm saying? I just made a point, not to try to make you look like you coming at me wrong. I'm just trying to make a point when people don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They tend to come at you, and it could be
Not
a little.
us, man.
You know
I don't
what I'm
know.
saying?
You jump to
I'm not
conclusion
saying, look,
thinking we're
I
everything.
didn't- listen, I'm not jumping to no conclusion. I just made a point, man. I'm not saying that you a bad person. I'm not saying that I dislike you. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that I feel no kind of way. I'm just was talking from a point of frustration because, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm damn if I do, if I'm doing, if I don't. Not saying to you.
Yeah,
It's just
but-
like realistic.
Yeah, but you came to a safe environment, man. You didn't come to a place that we're trying to.
I'm making
you-
a point, man. I feel safe
you-
here. I don't feel like
yeah,
I'm not safe.
No,
I'm
but
just saying, like,
I don't
yo,
mean safe as in you're like he's gonna
No,
we're
no,
gonna
no.
hurt you or anything. Safe,
Safe
I
mean
mean
like I can
conversation.
communicate,
Yeah,
of course.
This is a safe
Of
environment.
course.
Who
I feel like I'm communicating. I'm
Right.
just making points that make it seem like you may feel irrational,
But-
but,
but-
it's a real point.
But why do you think you were invited though? It's to have a conversation, AB.
That's what we're having.
Yeah, but we're not because we're not able to.
We're having an uncomfortable conversation because the points are we making is back
Nothing
to
about the points you're making is uncomfortable to me.
I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just,
Mark your calendar, set your alarm, and drop everything. Your favorite artists, first time performances. Amazon Music Live. Watch the drop.
it's a misunderstanding.
Look, let me give you an idea. Like what I when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and my mom or my dad wanted to discipline me, I knew how to go in and take it in a million and one directions because I never wanted to get the answer out, and I want to put the blame on them and use the guilt trip. And we know how to do that with guys with girlfriends. We know how to do that when we're
This
dating a
reality,
girl
man.
and she says you did something. You're like, and so we can spin it to not want to talk about anything. So if you came in with the intention of saying I'm
Bro,
not
I
going to
came
talk
in
about
out of
nothing
love,
with these
bro.
guys.
I've been talking about everything with you. I've been
No, you
making
haven't,
valid
man.
points, but it's
We've
like-
asked you so many questions. You know, the questions are, you know, at this point of the game, this is just for pure entertainment purposes. Ask the question, hey, you play with this guy. This guy had your back. What happened between the two of you guys? That's a sincere question. What happened? This is a guy, I wrote what he said when you guys were done. I'm sure you saw it. He says, obviously it's a difficult situation. We all want him. Everybody should find to help him, do what they can to help him in ways he really needs it. We all love him. We care about him deeply. We want to see him be at his best. Unfortunately, it won't be with our team. We have a lot of friendships that will last. Most important about football is a relationship with your friends and teammates. They go beyond the field. I think everyone should be very compassionate and empathetic. Some very difficult things are happening. So, you know what he didn't do? Not once did he throw you under the bus.
How is he gonna throw me under the bus?
But no,
How? How would you throw me under the bus? How?
But what I'm saying is, it's not how. It's not how. You
How
know,
could he? How could you throw me under the
it's
bus?
it's but you did.
I did what?
The scar that hurts the most here. He's got a scar that's massive. It's this big, and it's his wife, and you put salt all over it. That is a woman he's got kids with, man. That's gonna hurt. If they
The
did it to
media
you,
put my kids, my mother, my kids out too. Everyone.
but he never did that to you.
That is what it
Brady
is.
didn't do that to you, bro. Brady had your back. But Brady had your back the entire time. Brady was all love with you. Brady went at bat for you. So when I see this, I sincerely, AB, no joke, I sincerely ask, is something bothering AB no one knows about? Maybe publicly we don't know nothing that something's bothering you on the inside. You know how as a leader and a parent, we're never supposed to show hurt. Because you know if you do what they do, they'll use it against you, right? Like if you show a little bit of vulnerability, what are they going to do? They're going to see a little bit of weakness and they're going to come in and like a snake and boom, they go like this and boom, they zapped you, they got you. Now they kind of have you, right? We don't want to show vulnerability as leaders because there's too much risk to doing that nowadays. But this part with Brady threw me off. I understood the last game with the how you explained it when you said I'm out. Okay, cool. Totally get that. That actually was, to me, I wasn't like, oh my God, look what he's doing. He's done with the game. Great. You said, I think in one of the videos when you were talking to Gruden, you said something when you said, look, guys, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman. I don't even need football. You know, you were talking about how you did some business dealings where you don't need it for the money. That's great. So guy doesn't need NFL anymore. No problem. But this one was very confusing to me when I saw the Brady stuff. when you posted the video celebrating and then the pic with him, that was a little bit funny when you posted a pic of him in your body running out the field without a shirt on. I thought that was actually a very creative post when you posted that. That was this one right here. This one right here with Brady saying, hey, I think he's done with retirement. That's how I processed it. But the other couple ones, I thought it was a dig at the guy.
Well, you thought it was a dig. What's a couple ones? Which ones?
If you want to bring it up, I think that's a little bit of a dig. I think this one's a little bit of a dig. You don't have to play the video, but I think that's a little bit of a dig.
I'm trying to find the other one.
Yeah, there's a
I'm
few.
saying that was a dig. That was a real moment at the Super Bowl. A picture that probably didn't surface. And, you know, we put it up. You know, NFL, you know, you go through so much and you bottle so much things that happen up. And being outside the game, you get a chance to reflect.
But it's his wife, bro. It's his wife. It's a very, my friends have gone through divorces before. And I got a very basic rule. If your wife leaves you, like, you know how sometimes a wife leaves or a girlfriend leaves, they want to retaliate and get back at the guy, so they contact somebody, hey, let me, like, I have a basic foundational rule with the guys I'm friends with. Dude, your girl contacts me, I'm not even talking to her. It's a because my relationship is with you.
Yeah, it's about respect, man.
Yeah.
This is a parody, man. It's a charity shirt to raise money for the fatherless kids. You know what I'm saying?
But even that's a dig.
Now, that's a dig. This is a real moment that happened at the studio, at the game. Play the video.
No,
It's a dig because you don't understand it. You trying to make me rationalize it. Why to tell you what is going on? Like, what did it mean? I'm not smashing this girl. I don't know his girl.
Oh, that's not where I'm going. That's not
That's
where
what
I'm
you
going.
just said.
No,
Oh, my God called. Okay,
That's not
then.
where I'm going.
All right.
That's not where I'm going.
Where
I'm going.
It's a T-shirt that raised money from a real moment that happened. How is this a reach? Because they going through a divorce. People go through stuff every day, man.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I understand, but
What about me when I'm on the news for I'm crazy. Something happened. Oh, this. Bro, it's a T-shirt on the shirt, bro. Image that really happened, man. It's all right, bro.
Yeah, but it's wife and
It
kids.
is what it is, man. Ain't got nothing to do with the kids, man. It's a picture, bro. It's a picture from the Super Bowl, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know to you it's like, whoa, like.
But the fact that he's getting a divorce doesn't. That
Bro, listen, that's his personal. I ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. You know, I'm not a.
I think that's. I'm not in your world. I'm not in the NFL. I'm a guy that.
I know you guys never been done to where I've done. You don't understand to where I'm from, or where I react. You guys not been through what I've been through, so I don't expect you guys to understand. A lot of things I said tonight, you guys will never understand.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying? How do I make you understand? By telling you what I think, and then you consult to what I think, so you can marginalize what's respect and what's not. Like,
yeah, but Randy Moss has gone through what you've gone through, and he's
what
made
Randy
it to the
Moss
high.
went through.
Randy Moss has made it to a high level in NFL, and he would never he never posted a picture with him and his wife. Randy Moss, and Randy Moss had a troubled upbringing as well.
All right, I don't got no trouble upbringing, bro. I'm from Liberty City.
Meaning from a tough environment.
It don't matter where you from, who you is, who you guys talk to, who you knew.
Well,
I have to explain you guys my explanation because you'll never understand.
Let me tell you, man, I learned so much about you today, it's not even funny.
Good, man.
I learned so much about you, it's not even funny. Like, I got so much insight about you, it's an understatement on this conversation that we had.
Yeah.
Learned a lot. A lot.
Yeah, appreciate
Yeah. Huh?
No, they're at the goal line right here.
Yeah, this one's over.
We've got a half hour left. Do we want to put the headphones back on? Do we want to have a conversation? What do you guys want to do? We can talk football. We could talk politics. We could talk sports. We can talk relationship. Like, we can go a million different directions here, but I kind of feel like we're at a tipping point where it's like, all right, he said what he had to say. You said what you had to say. We're not even on camera right now. We're just talking. Do we want to put the headphones on? Do you want to answer questions? Do you not want to answer questions?
I'm here to answer questions.
Okay. So, this is Pat's the boss. So, this is a unique scenario. We've done literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. We've never had to have like a talk within the talk, but it's cool. Like, we were genuinely looking forward to this conversation. We definitely respect you. So, what do you want to do?
I'm here, man. It's whatever you guys want to do.
What you want to do, Pat?
AB, what do you like as hobbies? Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I like really hang with my kids, swimming, studio, praying. You know, just spending time with my family
When did swimming start for you?
in the morning.
No, how old were you when you started swimming?
Probably like 5th grade, 4th grade.
So one thing I loved doing as a kid, swimming. Fatherly advice. You got 6 kids, 5 boys. What advice can you give as a father?
Well, depending on what direction, you know. It's a lot of advice you give as a father.
No, to other fathers. You know, if you were to give like, here's what worked, here's what didn't work, what would you say it is?
I mean, encourage your kids, man. You know what I mean? Like, be a good example, you know. Be present. Present is a present.
How old are your kids?
I got 5 boys, 1 girl. They all teenagers, under teenagers.
They're here in Florida, South Florida.
Here with me in Florida.
Nice.
Yeah,
When
didn't you just post a story with you guys in a top-down car? Had a big old smile on their face.
Yeah,
They seem very happy. I think you just posted it today, I want to say.
yeah.
Yeah. You can see the look on a kid's face. They seem very happy. It's great.
Pretty happy.
You collect, do you have any do you collect cars? Do you collect anything?
I got a couple collectibles.
Cards or like
Cars.
cars?
Yeah.
What do you like? What do you prefer?
A couple old schools. 73 Caprice, 73,
Holy
71.
shit. Nice.
The car today was, I think it's an 85 Benz.
85 Benz.
Yeah, 1985.
And do you drive those, or you just kind of put them in your
Yeah, I drive 'em.
store?
Yeah, I drive 'em. They all work.
Yeah. I bought a Shelby once. Do you remember that Shelby that
That's
I bought?
nice. That's a nice
I bought
one.
the Shelby Cobra one, but let me
That's a
tell you
nice
what color it was. It was metallic.
They're like silver,
Silver.
right? With the black stripe.
But let me tell you what happened. So I bought it here, and they shipped it. It was Vanguard. I don't know if you know Vanguard. You may know Vanguard. They're like the best guys that do it.
Yeah.
Shipped here. Day 1, radiator shuts down. You're sitting in it because it's so sunny. And the guy finally said, this is not a car for South Florida. This is a car for
Cali.
Midwest or
Warm.
cooler environment. Every time you would touch it, you'd burn. My kid would get inside of it, he would burn. I'm like, I can't take my wife on a date on this.
It's too hot.
Nah, it's too hot. And at any point here, you can go to dinner. Florida's kind of a climate. It could rain any second. So if you park it and you can't pull like a,
Yeah,
it's not
it's
like a
on the
convertible
top.
to come. You can't have it. So it's not. Anyways, I returned it. I ended up keeping it. And it's kind of tough for me to sit in it anyways. I didn't fit in it comfortably. Do you collect cards, like collectible cards, or no? Like baseball cards, football
no.
cards, or no? Are you an NFT guy? Are you a Bitcoin guy, or no?
And I'm a real world guy.
You're a real world guy, yeah. I can't figure out NFTs. I do have a lot of cards, but I can't figure out NFTs. Go for it, man. Yeah. You got to go to the restroom.
Oh,
really?
that's weak,
that
bro.
bad? This is the first time you're doing it. This is the first time you're doing it.
You got one of those slingshots?
Yeah, I got one of those too.
I'll tell you a funny story. So I live in Miami. I was at 11 one night. You know that.
Yeah.
Standing in line. My boy Daniel Solomon runs that. We're all going in. Next thing I know, slingshot rolls up. Round, round. What? AB. Rolling up.
It was
You
me
rolled
where?
at 11.
In the slingshot?
Yes.
Nah, you ain't never.
3 years ago.
In the slingshot?
Yep.
Never.
100%.
Nah,
I know who you are. I know your
Guarantee,
face.
guarantee. I don't think I know.
You're saying you've never been in front of 11
In the
in a
slingshot?
slingshot?
Nah. Wrong guy.
Was he driving or somebody else was driving?
Maybe you weren't driving.
Wrong guy. Wrong guy.
I know
nah.
who you are, AB. Come on now.
In the
very-
slingshot?
Yeah. Or maybe it's not a slingshot. It's one of those cool.
By the W?
No. Downtown Miami.
Nah.
Near Space. 11. Yeah.
Nah, I've never been in 11 on the slingshot, bro. That wasn't me.
Then what are you saying? You were near the W?
If you was about a W, maybe I think I brought. Remember we brought the slingshot that time in 2020 on the beach, but I don't think we went to like 11.
All right, so you were okay. Maybe why was it in front of? You were on South Beach rolling around a slingshot.
Yeah. You
Okay.
probably saw me that. Maybe 2020 at the W.
So I'm saying it was like 2 years ago. Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
All
Good
so maybe
memory.
it wasn't
Not
front of
club
11.
11, not 11.
But you were out there in the streets.
Not late night. No.
No, but you're saying you were out there.
No, listen, when I came to this 11, my guy right there, we had my Lamborghini and slingshot. I had actually 2 cars.
At 11.
At the W.
Oh,
South Beach.
at the 11.
I don't
Gotcha.
really go to the club unless it's like a
What is 11?
It's
That's like a nightclub.
night slash
I'm not
strip
going to a
club.
nightclub with a.
I'm not from here, man.
I thought he'd been to 11 maybe like one time. I'm gonna be there. But I never been to 11 like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not an 11 guy.
11 is in Miami or where?
Club
Yes,
Miami.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
I got
Yeah,
you.
it's like on South Beach.
So maybe it was.
Wait, what's the main? Is it Live? Is the main club?
Yeah, Liv, of course.
The Gutman.
Dave Grutman? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the main club. Is that like the D club in Miami?
Yeah, it's number 1. And 11's up there too, though. But the W used to be popping. Story. I don't know. You don't go out though, is what you're saying.
I mean, I go all the time. You know, I'm an artist now, so I go out for appearances, not to just go to the club. You know,
Yeah.
and sit around.
Where do you perform now?
I mean, I'm about to go to KLD this weekend, Saturday. I performed last week
Where's KOD now?
at ATL though.
Yeah, gotcha. Because it used to be here in Miami.
There's probably one in here still. Yeah.
No. That
It
thing's-
is.
No, is there?
Of course.
But they used to be off Miami Gardens in
It's
95.
the same spot. It's the same spot right there.
No, there's a Cadillac dealership where that used to be.
Nah, it's right there.
Really?
Yeah.
You're saying it's still there?
Of course.
That exact spot, but there's definitely a King of Diamonds here. South
Oh, gotcha. So it moved because there's definitely a Cadillac dealership there right now. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. But you're performing a lot these days. That's the major
Yeah.
focus.
I mean, I just part of.
On the next Jeopardy, it's the Tournament of Champions. Hosted by Ken Jennings, 18 winners and 3 legends will double down and risk it all in the chase to become champions. The Jeopardy Tournament of Champions. Next Jeopardy.
Being an artist.
Yeah.
That's how you get paid.
You
from
you did Rolling Loud this past May.
July, yeah.
Yeah. Who do you deal with at Rolling Loud? Matt Zingler, Tariq Sharif.
Both of those the guys.
Yeah, those are my guys. I was actually with Matt last week. Wild dude, that
Matt
Matt.
a rock star.
Literal. You talk about being a rock star. He's a rock star. Yeah.
That's one of them.
White boy tatted up like crazy.
Yeah,
You ever been to his new club gala?
Yeah, I was there open on South Beach, right?
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Drake was there. You there that night?
Of course, I don't think Drake was there that night though. That's when he had the party and over there.
Yeah.
I was there to Grand.
What do you think about what those guys are doing with Rolling Loud?
It's amazing.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, fire.
What is it that? What do you think is so unique about those guys and Rolling Loud?
I just think those guys was like. It's kind of like those guys was the movie. What's the movie called? Encore. It's like a bunch of cool guys.
Entourage.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Entourage?
producer's going to be on
Yeah,
tomorrow
yeah,
morning.
That's who's on tomorrow. You're saying Entourage?
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Vinny Chase, E.
So Matt
Ari Gold?
Zingler
Yeah.
and Tariq and those guys,
Yeah.
they kind of like the entourage guys, where those guys just
Yeah.
unique individuals coming together
Yeah.
with a unique idea and just make their vision just erupt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the festival, the opportunities, the stages, it's an experience.
Miami, LA, San Francisco.
It's
I
an
think they're doing it in
experience.
Toronto.
Yeah. It's
I mean, they're doing
experience.
big things.
They got an album actually coming out for Rolling Loud. They kind of doing like a DJ Khaled thing.
Really? Who's on it?
I mean, I'm going to be on it.
Really?
I don't want to spoil their album. You know what I'm saying? I can't spoil their album. Maybe I'll tell you later.
Who are your guys in hip hop these days that you're like, those are my guys? Like, obviously, you've done stuff
Everyone.
with Young Thug, with Rick Ross. Obviously, you do stuff with Kanye, you know, business wise.
A lot of guys in the industry is my brothers. You know?
But who do you actually enjoy listening to? It's like you can't listen to
All these
everyone
guys.
and love everyone.
I mean, you've been listening to music your whole life, so
Yeah, but you must have like who's on GOAT, you know, GOAT Mountain, Mount Rushmore for AB.
I mean, it's a long mountain, so you know it's never ending to climb. So you know, I guess what's after the
But there's got to be some people at the top of the list. Like Kanye's at the top, I assume for you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, at the top. You know,
Travis Scott, is he at the top? Is Drake at the top?
all
Jay
those
Z.
guys, of course. Them the elite guys up there. So
Yeah. Who, if there's any of those guys that you say, all right, I kind of want to be a little bit more like Young Thug, like Future, like, is there anyone that, obviously you're your own man, but there's someone that you might be like, all right, I like their vibe. If I could have a career like that person, who comes to mind?
I try to just base my experience on what I believe in, what I want for myself. You know, I don't really try to look at other people and, you know, I try to look within myself for what I want my reality to be and work towards my goal and not, you know, but everyone else is somebody else.
Are you a big reader?
Yeah, I actually just started this book my God gave me by Machiavelli.
Prince?
The Prince?
How you know? Everyone read
famous
that book, right? So you said it in the car, they're like that right now. You didn't even got introduced that one, right?
Yeah. What is it about that you like?
I mean, the same thing you like. Hello. I told you, get me to the titties.
So funny.
You got me on the navel.
That's some of the titties right there.
No, when you don't get to the titties, the baby start crying.
The titties is the nourishment.
Yeah, man.
Got it.
Get to the business. Dude, I like to read autobiography, bro. Really? Yeah, man. I just like, huh? I mean, I don't want to single nobody out, man. You know what I'm saying? I just like to read about, you know, ancient literature, you know. I just share with my son. My son's a big reader, so when he read a book, I usually pass it to him, and we just, you know, break through it. So, yeah, I feel like reading is really good, you know, to give you the peace and quiet. It's kind of like swimming. You know, you're just reading your conscience and kind of relax. So I try to educate myself with a few books and, you know.
Those autobiographies it's a special way to tap into somebody's personal achievement.
Exactly, yeah.
You get to learn from that.
Of course. I get to, like take their point of view.
Exactly.
Exactly. So it's inspiring, you know, to just research people, all people of just, you know, different statures and motivation and, you know, see their mental fortitude. Like Pete said, he was in the Army, so it take a certain level of mental fortitude to be able to put yourself in that position, you know, to know that, you know, you could risk your life or you could, you know what I'm saying, or you sacrificing your life. So it take a strong mental fortitude for a belief of that human to be able to put itself in that position. So, you know, I kind of try to look at, you know, the broader perspective for, you know, what bring the best out of people and what shape their mentality so it shape a better mentality in me.
You ever read Think and Grow Rich?
Oh, no, I never read that one.
You ever read How to Win Friends and Influence People?
I swear I read that one.
You have?
Of course.
Okay. Why?
Yeah.
What do you mean, of course? Why not?
I mean, my coach gave it to me in high school. It was kind of like, you know, living off your own experience, you know, not ruining people's experiences and not to win people over, you know, let them have their own experience, you know, don't try to know it all and tell someone, you know, everything your experience, and, you know, embrace people, you know, let them have their experience, and, you know, don't ruin their experience by your experience. So that's one of the few books I read. I figured you was going to say that one next because that's in the line of literature. You know?
Dog, I've read like 3 books. We just talked about them right there.
yeah.
So, like, don't feel bad.
No, it's good.
Yeah, that's a big book right there.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, we're obviously doing it, just in general.
Yeah.
I know you say you don't have like Goat Mountain for hip hop, let's say, or they're all goats.
I mean, like, goats belong in the farm. You know, they're lazy, they don't move. And in this world, you only as good as your latest. So,
right.
And things change, you know what I mean? People only got a certain time to be great, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all here, we not like, you know, everyone have their moment. You know, some moments are longer than others.
Mm-hmm.
But in all aspect, you know, I respect the crowd for the mental fortitude of anyone who willing to be great or sacrifice themselves for the higher cause or, you know, to have the due diligence to have the commitment to do something that's bigger than themselves.
Who do you where I was going with that is transitioning back to more football.
Yeah.
Wide receivers.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you know the knock on wide receivers. They're all prima donna, you know, that whole thing, right?
Yeah.
But there's a pretty elite group that you're a part of. Everyone's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But who do you think is generally the greatest receivers that have played? Obviously, Rice is at the top, right?
I mean, whoever played and think they is.
Yeah, but
it's all what you believe.
Whoever played what?
I say whoever played and think they were. You know what I'm saying? You only as great as to what you believe.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But obviously, it's a code of conduct of ethics of what people per se is great. You know, your numbers, your stats, your touchdowns. So it's a lot of level of greatness of how you can compare players. Some people based on, you know, how the player performed in the big moments or what their stats was. So there's a lot of characteristics that go. You know, some eras, you know, Jerry Rice played, they only paid 2 coverage. So he know, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a lot of differentiators, how you designate who the greatest or how you list. It's really, you know, it's a unique group of a bunch of individual guys. They all elite, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I say.
In that
That's
group,
like SCU, PDB, you got a board of members of insurance guys, like, they ask you who the greatest. It's like, yo, I mean, like, whoever got the job done. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know it's a code of ethics, standards and what you compare players for, but it's whatever your beliefs of
but
great.
a lot of people will put obviously Rice, Moss, T.O.
Because those the guys that's on the top of the charts of the
Yeah.
list of the stats. But, you know, if you a player or you a fan of the game, you might like the player for your reason. You know, it may not be off the stats. So it's a biased level of ranking players and leveling players because we're just going off their stats.
But you don't have like a guy that's like, nah, that guy's like legit. That's the guy.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that are legit, but it's like, you know what I mean? It could be a lot of different scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You hear what Deion said about you?
I love Deion Sanders. So
You
whatever
hear what he said, though?
about me, I love.
He said,
He said-
you know, I'm going to try to summarize this, bro.
What he said?
He said,
He got a big
some-
game this weekend too.
what's that?
He got a big game this weekend.
What is it, Jackson?
Yeah, first game on ESPN.
Oh, wow, that's
Did
big.
you see his 60 Minutes or no?
I need to watch it because he's real creative.
Yeah, he is.
He's legit.
No, but go ahead. Tell
He
him what he
said,
said.
someone's like, oh, what do you think about AB? He's like, yo, AB's my guy. You know that's my guy.
And that's my.
He says,
that's
if
my
he
pop
gets
right
into
there.
the Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
that's going to be nuts. And the lady's like, what do you mean? Oh, he's like, I haven't been back since I've been. He's like, if AB goes, I'm going to go. And I don't ever go. And he goes, you know, he goes, you know what he might do?
Blessing.
He goes, he might show up butt naked.
Nah, I will.
I will.
Right to the titties, P. Put me on the titties.
He said that.
Nah, I think it's a really exciting moment in time to, you know, make the Hall of Fame. You know, we like to try to make it not a big deal, but, you know, we all play the game for a reason, per se. Like, you went to the Army, you did it for a reason. You know, to be the best, to serve your country the best. And being a player, you know, you always want to be the best. And those type of moments, you know what I mean, you know, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean, being the light.
You think you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, as far as my work I put in, of course. But, you know, to no one could feel deserving. You know, I don't feel entitled and deserving. I mean, I don't live and count on it like, you know. I got long hallways in my house, you know, I call them the Hall of Fames. Because at the end of the day, man, as long as you conducive and peaceful with yourself about your work, you know, I can't be, you know, over analytic or overly emotional about someone else who probably don't know about football or just write about football, kind of know, but kind of never was in that position of being a receiver and being decisive, ruthless, and aggressive. You know, imagine someone in your face every play. You gotta, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's different mentalities I take, even from Liberty City, surviving. You know, 58 Terrace was a block of John Doe, so taking that mentality of survivor, you know what I mean, to travel away to Central Michigan, never had been, and making it as the 6th round, you know, and you get successful, and then you know, I kind of outsmarted the NFL a little bit. You know, my contract was up in 2019 with the Steelers, and kind of took it upon myself, and I just knew how the market go. You know, the new things with players and teams, they pay one receiver, then they hype up the other one. It's like, you know what I mean? It's a competitiveness upon players because it's a alpha game. You know what I mean? It's a war game. You know what I mean? Who's the best player? So when you come conducive to all those things, you know, you just.
But in 2019, when you signed that contract with the Steelers,
Yeah.
it was like a
I
4-year deal.
I signed it in 2017. It was a 5-year deal for $73 million.
Okay.
Exactly. I played 2017, 2018. After the season of 2018, I understanding what it meant to be marginalized, to be you know what I mean, just to be controlled, and you know what I mean. After that time, you know, I just think I got smart and was like, you know, I wanted out the contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I kind of made a Twitter post, and you know what I mean, I was kind of outsmarted and got what I wanted, and I was able to go to the Oakland, and was added more money, like you said, into the contract, which never had been done. But obviously, the NFL is controlled by who? The owners. The media is ran by the owners. And Drew Rosenhaus was my agent at the time in 2019.
Yeah.
And, you know, Drew is, he worked, you know, for the players, but he's mostly worked for the NFL. You know, at the end of the day, players is not going to always play. So he got a longer relationship with the NFL. So obviously I was able to get myself out of the contract, which is almost impossible to do in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went and got more money. Then I get over to the Raiders, and I'm like, well, it really ain't about the money, because if I want to be great and have a chance to win it, you know, I need to be around people that are winners, you know, with the right winning fortitude. So I kind of worked up myself out of that situation. And, man, looked at best with the media play and how things went down. And that year I played one game with the Pats, and I only played 1 year. I met Tom that year for the first time, and I think, you know, he fell in love with, you know, my work ethic and my mental fortitude of being able to, you know, be a professional, pick up the plays, be accountable, and do all the things that take to be an intangible, dependable wide receiver. And I played one game. I think we played down here in Miami. I had a big game, probably led the team that day.
Yeah.
And shit, the next week, you know what I'm saying, I was off the team. And
what happened? You played one game
I'm
that
about
year?
to tell you what happened. I played
Yeah.
one game that year. They paid me like $5 million. But like I said, you know, I had outsmarted the Steelers. I went to the Raiders and had some mishap where it's like, man, I know I ain't going to win. I just won out. Mark Davis, man, it's not about the money. I got respect for you. I just not, you know, I can't be the best player for you here, man. It's not just,
That's Al's son.
of course, that's the owner right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now he decided, like, AB, I got you. Let me release me. Let me go. I get picked up by the Patriots. I come here, had the biggest game, you know what I mean, first game, you know, go crazy. And then the next week, I get infiltrated out the league for, per se, a text. So now I know I'm being infiltrated, because now if I play the year with Tom Brady, what do you think is going to happen when I play with Tom Brady? I'm going to have a lot of stats. With stats comes success, will come attention, will come. So now a guy by the name of Darren Heitner, you probably know him, local guy.
I know Darren Heitner.
Of course you know him.
Of course.
So now it's the off season of that year. Now the NFL is investigating me. I give them all my phones. When they investigate Tom Brady, they don't take his phones. When Tom Brady need 15 days off, he get it. When I need a couple days off because I got shit, I'm crazy if I miss the meeting. I'm on TV. You know, so that's why I have problems with. Yeah, that's what I have problems with. So it's like, now I go to the Patriots and I get a chance to have success. But now the NFL is ran by owners that's corrupt. So what do you think?
Cigarette butts make up 1/3 of all litter. Take up to 10 years to decompose. And are toxic. Stash them till you can trash them. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
I think they do. They set me up in the media. Darren Heitner, who is not even my lawyer, who friends with Drew Rosenhaus, they let him accept the suit on my behalf, which is a girl that's claiming sexual assault. You see what I'm saying? A lawyer accepting the suit on my behalf that is not even my lawyer. So now I fall victim to ruin my reputation, being embarrassed from going from being the greatest player on a dominant place to Jerry Rice to they manipulating my position because I told you those moves I made. So now I missed a whole year and I'm dealing with people ruining my reputation based on me doing what business, outsmarting them. Now I'm in this lawsuit and my whole reputation is screwed, right? So it's like, yo, I've been suppressed. You know, I've been through stuff that it wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? I've been manipulated. And it's like still it ain't even no truth get out. So like imagine a guy who been through all this to be great and put himself through all this and get in this moment and then get done like that. And when it's like, you know, then I overcome all that, right? Because once they kick you to the side, they're supposed to be finished with you. I pay the people off, go through all to get it in the fund, my phones, come back and win the Super Bowl, right? That's what happened. I don't get a congratulation for Tom Brady. Tom Brady deal with me like I'm a kid. His trainer take my money. You know, he already get paid from Tampa Bay. You know, I paid for $1 million in 2020. You know, you just said I make, 17, 18, 19 mil to do what I do. So I showed people I could be humble. It wasn't about, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, when I win the Super Bowl, I don't say congratulations to Tom. He called me after the game and apologized about the video I saw about, you know what I mean, hugging me. And it's not a bad thing. Giselle is a great woman, man. I got genuine respect. You know, she's genuinely happy. It's not, you know what I mean? I don't like you said, man, we live our principles. I got my own family. I don't want no one girl. I live on, you know, real principles out here. And I stand on them. But it's like, you know what I mean? A lot of things that go on that's not in the media or not perceived or portrayed on my behalf, and it's always spun the wrong way. And it's like, yo, how long you gonna keep poking the bear? You see what I'm saying? John Brady, my friend, Julio Jones, he makes $6 million guaranteed. He don't play no game. AB missed one game and my fucking deltoid ligament torn. Now these guys investigate for me for COVID card. And not investigated, P. They tell me if your shit wrong, you go to federal. All these guys fucking got bad cards. My shit's official. I showed them proving it, but it's like, you see what I'm saying? This is the trauma that I got to continue to deal with on a daily basis. And I got to come and talk to people from a standpoint of just knowing me for what I do, not who I am, because my public image has been slated about who I am because it's ran by the perpetrated media of people that, you know what I mean? They get paid to make me look bad. The news is bad. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to put it in perspective, you know what I mean? And it's like, Paul, I know you don't mean wrong, man. I'm glad, grateful to be here. I don't want to make you feel like I didn't want to be here, man. I drove 3 hours to be here, dog. I got my kids from school, set them up, told them I love them, dog. Jumped in the car, drove right here. I went home, got some food, and came right here, man. So I don't take this as for granted. I don't take this as no bullshit time. I'm just a guy who been through the mud, man. I'm from Liberty City, so I know what it's like to get government cheese. You know what I mean? I know what it's like to catch the Metro bus. I know what it's like to not have none. But I know what it's like to work my way in a position to get some. I know what it's like to have integrity. I went to Central Michigan and never been there. I walked on. I earned my scholarship. I left school early. You know what I'm saying? I played special teams at Pittsburgh Steelers. I was a 6th-round pick. I earned my spot. Ain't nobody put me in that position. I worked myself in that position. But I can't let people continue to step on my image, treat me bad. Oh, Tom Brady let you stay in his house. Hey, man, I'm Antonio Brown. Business is booming for real. I'm a wealthy guy. I got homestead tax. I take care of my business. I did the right things in the NFL. It's not a coincidence everyone after the NFL goes broke. So I didn't know I didn't need Tom Brady to play football. I played because I thought he was considerate and was my friend, was helping me play football. Not that he was going to try to be my dad or my big brother to tell me what I need to do to be successful. I think that's why you came and got me to help you be successful. And I'm not saying it in a point where I'm not grateful for the relationship, but relationship to me is built on respect. Where there's no respect, is no respect given. You know what I mean? When I'm telling guys I'm hurt and it's a deltoid ligament, if you got the deltoid ligament is what rotates your shoulder. That's what rotates my ankle. So when I catch the ball, I can't turn and play. You saw the text message I put out. I texted coach. I had a conversation with Tom Brady about come play. We're gonna get you the ball, man. And woo woo. I paid his trainer $100,000. Me and him got a mutual friend, Jeff Sofer, billionaire guy right here in South Florida.
I know Jeff Sofer.
Of course you
Fountain
know.
Blue,
Of course you know. But it ain't about what he got. It ain't about what he got. It's about who he is. Jeff Sofer's a real man. Billionaire guy, but he's a real man.
What did Sofer do for you?
Bro, I don't need nobody to do for me. I invest money with Sofer. I got my own money. I'm Antonio Brown, an individual, sir. I don't need no one to do nothing for me. I'm self-sufficient. I told you the first rule of law is self-preservation. I have myself. I don't need Tom Brady to let me stay in his house. I got 3 mansions of my own. I appreciated that he changed the narrative on people jealous of my name and making hate on my name because he had to say that to get people like, whoa, this guy is actually a good person. He stayed with Tom Brady. But that don't stop the natural hate on my name right now. Guys suing me. God named Ryan, whatever, Blaine. This guy get $1 million deal in contracts. Now this guy could just, the public image, could just say anything. They say anything on my name and it's it's misinformed. You know what I mean? It's uninformed. It's no educated, no nothing behind it. And when it happened, people just move on. No one apologized. No one said they made a mistake. They just let it linger out there and, ruin my name. Man, my name is more than silver and gold. So it's like at the point where it's like, hey, do I gotta get disrespect to get some respect? Why is Julio Jones getting paid $10 million? Did you see what's his stat? Can we look that up? Look up his stats. Look how many games he played. If AB not playing, what do you think they saying, Paul? Pete, what do you think they say if I don't play?
Pull up Julio Jones stats.
Of course. Pull up Russell.
Is he even playing this year?
Exactly.
Zoom in.
Exactly. Check his stats last year, then check what I got. But Tom Brady's my boy, right? He cares about me. Why am I paying his trainer $100,000 when his trainer get paid from the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Who's that? The Alex Guerrero guy?
Yeah. Why am I paying him $100,000?
What's that guy's story?
He's a Tom Brady following guy. I guess that's his new wife or some shit. This guy's taking. Imagine that, Pete. Imagine that I come to help you out, and then my trainer is taking $100,000 from you. You see what I'm saying? So when you go through these things and people treat you this way, and it's over and over and over. Imagine, I didn't walk off the field, you know what I'm saying, because I walked out for my respect, man, and also for my health. This guy imagine the coach said, hey, man, get the fuck out of here. Man, you been at war. What is your mentality when you go to war, P? What's your mental fortitude when you out there on the soldier line? Listen, just make me understand your mental fortitude when you out there on the gun line in the warfare. What's your mentality? As a receiver, I gotta be ruthless, aggressive, and decisive, but calm. I got guys in my face all day. They pushing the safety over. They pushing, they hitting. I gotta be ruthless, decisive, and aggressive, but under control. I just want my respect, man. Everyone should want their respect, man. I'm a genuine guy, man. I operate out of love. You know, I'm not here to make no one look bad. I'm just here to explain the principle of the uncomfortability. I'm not here to show no one up. I came here out of love to communicate, man. I left my family. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make you feel like I'm not a disrespectful guy. I respect my orders. But I'm saying with the situation we in, man, it's not fair. I'm just trying to paint a picture of the canvas to make you see it. You may not see it right now, but it may take a little time to think about it. But when you think about it and you ask yourself why, then you might be like, I see why. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you don't have time to make people see why. Because sometimes people miss the see whys. Just like with Ye. They miss the see whys. They misinterpret the see whys. People only focus on what they want to focus on, and they go in that direction. You know what I'm saying? Or they want to focus on what they don't understand and make you look a certain way. You know what I mean? I've been going through this for years now, and it's been piling up. It's been piling up, man. You know what I'm saying? And just we want
You
our
feel
peace.
freer than ever, or more like
Of course
in chains
I feel
than ever?
free. What you mean? I don't feel no way. I feel blessed, man. I'm here to serve God. No one can make me feel no way. I am free. I'm free. I'm living right now. It's America. I'm doing what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? I did what they say I couldn't do. They told me you could do one thing. I'm showing that I could do anything I want, long as I put my mind to it, my discipline, the hard work. You got a chance. So for me, it's just a lot of frustration, you know, a lot of built up. And there's a lot of misconstrued, you know, a lot of confusion. And it's like, man, all I ever did was wanted to be the light, be that kid from Liberty City that give people hope.
Maybe a question for you.
Yeah.
I watched my parents when they were married and when they got a divorce. They got divorced twice in 20 years.
Yeah.
They got married, sisters born, divorced, remarried, I'm born, divorced. And I watched to see what things they did that I could have learned from. And then, you know, what I did in high school, what I did in the military, things that I could learn from. Is there anything where at this point where you look back and you say, hey, you know, if there is something, Pat, it would be X, Y, Z, or no, I've lived my life. I did what I did.
We learn every day, man. I'm learning. I'm not
Yeah.
a final product. I'm here to learn. That's why I'm consulting with you guys. I don't feel like I know everything. I just feel like I'm a product of my experience. You know, I'm a guy of experiences. You know what I mean? You can't take away your experiences or how you feel and how you've been treated. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a product of that. You know, you can't just erase how you feel. You can't erase the trauma that's been done to you.
No question.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like telling me, you know what I mean, to hide my scars or, you know what I mean, disregard the fact of, you know what I mean, someone painting me out to be something I'm not. You know what I mean? How do I stay my kid? I had a mental fortitude to have the compassion of the mental to not let people get in this mental. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, you got to have a certain level of mental fortitude to not let people get to you, because at the end of the day, it's like, you know what I mean? I'm damn if I do, I'm damn if I don't. So it's like...
Did you ever see the one documentary about Tupac where, I want to say Too Short, because Too Short used to be friends with Tupac, and he says, you know, the one thing about Tupac, you're with him 1 minute. 1 minute he's an artist. 1 minute he wants to take over the world. 1 minute he's a revolutionary. 1 minute is this. 1 minute is that. He says that was the thing about being with Tupac. He was 1 minute he wanted to go party and be with the girls. He was such a creative mind that he was all over the place. AB, you consider yourself like a super creative guy?
I feel like I'm a guy made of different phases. You know, I could be, you know, I could be creative.
My man. Well, listen, appreciate you for coming out. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
This was fantastic. Wish you nothing but the very best.
Sure.
Is there any projects you're working on that you want to, you know, if there's anything you want to share, like any things you're working on right now, businesses, projects, you know, songs, anything we need to know about?
Yeah, well, I got a song we giving to Rolling Loud with it's called Festival. I tell you, they coming out with an album. I'm doing Rolling Loud in March in LA. and I'm trying to work on starting my own XFL team. I know they got the draft in November. I think they're gonna be paying the guys like maybe $60,000. I think it's with Dwayne Rock Johnson. But I'm gonna try to infiltrate their league a little bit. They got the draft coming up, paying players like $60,000. So I'm thinking maybe we should start our own team and pay the players twice the value at $120,000. And, you know, most of these guys maybe won't make it to the NFL, but they get an opportunity to live their dreams out and take care of their families and just provide them some, you know, better resources. So I think that's kind of my plan, you know, obviously, you know, to be an owner and to be a part of that elite, that group, you know, it takes a certain relationships of people that want to let you in, but it's America, you know, you can't beat them, join them. Hopefully we...
If you can't beat them, join them. It's America.
Wrong.
Nah.
If we come to your business and I got more money to pay the employees than you, then what that mean?
Yeah. 120, 60.
Right? What are they going to do?
Yeah.
You either going to come over here or, you know what I mean? I think you're going to go with the better deal. So I think that'll make those guys see that we infiltrating their league and what they're going to do. They're going to want their players, right? They got the TV deals, right? I mean, you can't play like that with the NFL.
The Rock and what's his ex-business partner, wife's name or whatever?
Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia. I think they own the XFL now.
They do.
Yeah?
They bought it. Yeah. And they
You
bought
guys
it
have any
right
interactions?
pre-COVID. They bought it pre-COVID.
I used to work out with at the Rock Gym with Dave Renzi. I think Danny Garcia. That's her husband. So I'm familiar with them, but you know, obviously, you know, it's hard to people let you in their thing. You know, it's their thing. So
Makes sense. Well, listen, this has got to be the strangest interview I've done. One of them,
Great.
but I've enjoyed it.
Strange is good, man. It's one-on-one.
It's good. We'll take it.
Right? This some one-on-one shit, P. Come on,
Appreciate
man.
you for coming out, man.
Yeah, what the
My man. We're good.
Yeah, man.
I told you it was going to be intense at the beginning, and then if you stuck around, there's a big payoff when he opens up and starts talking. I learned a lot about him. It was intense. It was fiery. It was challenging. It was interesting, and I'm curious to know what you took away from it. Comment below on what you took away from it. If you got a lot of value, enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and I got 2 other interviews I think you'll also enjoy watching. One of them is with Shaq, which I did at MGM Grand Arena a couple months ago with 10,000 people in the audience. The other one is with the late Kobe Bryant. If you've not seen either, click on either one of them. Shaq here, the late Kobe Bryant here. Either way, have a great day, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.